didn't do that.
You didn't do what?
I didn't do that. That's impossible.
What did you do?
There's something very wrong going on here.
This is the exact moment when Charisse knew she messed up. This is the exact moment when Charisse realized that the detectives have discovered her evil secret. Jordan Belliveau, only 2 years old, had been kidnapped.
Maybe it's moved, or maybe we'll find the baby somewhere, and maybe he's fine.
As time ticked away, the danger escalated. The detectives, however, already knew it was too late. They had a feeling that pointed to the mother.
Pizza do you want?
It doesn't matter.
I'll grab some.
Water, Coke?
Water.
Some water? Here, I got a water for you. There's the water. Let me know if you need more, okay? We're here. You're having a horrible day. I understand. I know. We're doing everything we can.
I don't want to break down the pit.
I know. Like I said, Charisse, I'm kind of the one directing as much as I can. So I got a lot of moving parts going on. I got a lot of people talking, a lot of people working. And, we're coordinating everything we can.
It's September 2nd, 2018. Charisse had already informed the investigators that her son had been kidnapped. An Amber Alert was issued, and search parties gathered to find Jordan. But so far, no updates. Charisse is now at the police station to help the detectives find her son, but it would soon be discovered as an impossible mission.
We're going to talk about everything we talked about at the hospital. I want to make sure we get all that down all right.
Thank you.
Is it still okay if we go to your apartment?
That's completely.
You're shaking your head no, but you're saying
Oh,
it's
I'm
okay.
sorry. That's completely fine.
Okay. Is it okay if my partners go out there, so people go out there?
It's always unlocked because I don't have my key.
Okay, so it's okay if we go out there and go in the house and whatnot. Okay, just want to make sure we're still good there. Okay. You want a few minutes to just eat something?
You can go ahead.
Okay.
I want to get this.
I know. It's been a long morning. I just want to talk about basically from the moment I met you, everything we've talked about. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything in my head.
Okay.
I want to make sure there's no detail we left out. There's nothing we need to add.
Okay.
Remember earlier when I told you if you need to add anything, tell me, and we asked Detective Moore to step out, and you told me a couple more things. Totally fine. Same rules apply. If there's anything we need to add, change, it's fine. I'm not going to scream at you. I'm not going to come down on you. So let's start off. Again, I've been working basically all morning since I left the hospital. There's been no stop since.
Okay.
So I just want to start from the beginning with what we talked about. So let's go through your day starting from yesterday morning
Okay.
when you woke up. So
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm talking a lot, but I just want to make sure I get it out in a way that makes sense. So Jordan Sr. is his father. And you are basically the primary caregiver, right? You have him how much of the week?
Maybe.
Does he sleep at your apartment every night? Every night?
So yeah, maybe probably 100% of the time.
When is he not with you? Maybe that's an easier.
The only time he's not with me was when I was working at Regal.
Okay.
He was with his dad maybe 2 weeks.
But recently, let's say this past week, how often?
Oh, he's been with me every day.
Okay.
Every day.
So basically, unless Jordan Sr. comes and has him for a little bit, or you're working, you've got him. Okay. And obviously Jessica's helping out. His mother is helping out as much as she can. I know. Okay. So you've had minimal money from Regal so far. And what do you do for Regal?
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Okay. Do you work a normal schedule? Is it kind of as they need you?
5:30 to 2.
Morning.
So 5:30 in the morning to 2 in the
So
afternoon.
you go in early in the morning. You're out in the afternoon. Okay. And how are you getting to and from?
Walking.
Walking.
I walk that.
Okay.
With the mother in the picture, one might ask, where was the father? Jordan Belliveau, Sr., had been jailed for domestic violence and had threatened Charisse's life on several occasions. This left Charisse as a single parent. Jordan's father may have been the one with a criminal record, but right now, the real question is whether Charisse was capable of her own brand of horror.
Yeah, I know I kind of mentioned that earlier. Let's talk about your history with Jordan for a little bit. With Jordan Sr.
Since I started talking to him about maybe June of 2015.
Okay.
We officially started dating July 13th of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard some rumors, so I stopped talking to him. And then we started talking again in September after his birthday of 2015. And then ever since then.
Okay. Did you ever live with him?
Yes.
Tell me when you lived with him.
I've lived with him.
On and off, probably?
No, full time since November of 2015.
Okay. And where have you guys lived during that time?
We lived in Bel Air. That's actually the house where my son was taken from. So
Back in November of 16. Okay. And you've lived together full time we're in September, so February, 6 months?
Since I believe I moved in February 11th.
Okay. Now I know we had talked about the hospital a little bit. You've had some issues with him hitting you and whatnot. When did he move out?
He moved out.
Approximates.
I actually kicked him out. Actually, he was kicked out before that incident happened, but he just kept coming back.
By who? The complex or by?
By me.
Okay. When did he truly leave the apartment and not keep coming back?
The night that he went to jail, that was the last time he stayed.
When he went to jail about a month ago? Okay.
And that was the last time he had stayed like full time at my place.
Okay, so you've had basically a month. You've been dealing with the house. It's just the two of you living there. Do you have roommates or anything?
I don't like a lot of people around my child.
And from what it sounded like, what we talked about, the hospital, you and Jordan are just kind of to the co-parenting point.
Trying to be, yeah.
Are you in a relationship still, or are you more?
No.
Okay, so we're not having any kind of sexual relationship anymore.
We stopped having sexual intercourse when I found out I was pregnant because I was pissed.
Okay. Hey, it's part of life. Okay, so 5 months pregnant about? So you haven't really been sexually active with Jordan for 5 months? Or
with anybody.
And nobody else? Okay. Okay. So let's talk about some of the DCF stuff going on.
Okay.
Why are they even in your life right now?
So basically, Jordan is listed as a Betty Lane gang member.
Yeah.
There was altercations between him and other
rival gangs, or
basically. That's so stupid. So basically, me and Jessica had gotten to a physical altercation with this lady named we didn't fight, but we got into a physical altercation with this lady named Danielle. And her issue was her daughter liked Jared, which is Jordan's older brother, right? So she thought I was pregnant by Jared. And
turned into a fight.
Yeah.
When did all that happen?
That happened October. We had that fight October
last year.
2016. We had that fight October 30th. She called DCF because her kids don't like the situation, but I never even knew who she was until that day. So basically, she called DCF. And was saying basically a lot of gang violence. Right. And that's pretty much, I knew once they said gang violence and guns, I knew he was going to be taken. I've been in the system. So October 30th, we got to an altercation. October 31st, DCF came out and talked to us. November 1st, my son was taken.
Okay. You can sense a lot of bitterness in Charisse's tone about her ex. Her relationship with Jordan Sr. was steeped in gang fights and drugs. Their house, a frequent stop for gang members, had been shot at previously. Jordan Sr. sold cocaine and marijuana from their home and frequently used them with Charisse while they lived with baby Jordan.
Is mother here?
Yes.
State your name, please.
Charisse Stinson.
And is father here?
Yes.
State your name.
Jordan Belliveau.
We're seeking reunification. Mother has completed her case plan. father is prepared to move out of the home today and continue to pay half of the rent for the mother and child.
Well, there's also the issues of 911 calls. Those will have to be looked into. I mean, there's a lot going on here.
And who called, and who really called, because I just went to court for the same lady who made a false allegation for my son to get taken away, and she's on her way to jail for making false allegations. So she might have made those calls against us, but I honestly don't know what police reports they are talking about. Like, we don't even have time to argue, we work so much.
Right.
Like, I don't,
And
I don't know.
those reports are not being determined here today, right now.
The true reason for Charisse's custody fight was far more ominous.
And when did you get him back?
I got him back. My months are so messed up. I want to say before. I think it was after my birthday. So May. I'll say May.
So you went over a year without him?
Because the lady popped up at one of my visitations on Father's Day, and her son started fighting Jordan in DC, and we was like, we had unsupervised visits and everything, and he was like a month away from being home, and I know who called her and told her where we was, but she popped up there with a bunch of her family members. I couldn't do it. But her son and Jordan started fighting. We was trying to break them up in the process.
Oh no!
And that whole situation,
that'll get them.
It just blew.
That'll get them upset.
It blew up.
Rightfully so, I should say. So, and you only got him back a few months ago.
He was 3 months old.
So you really, out of 2 years and a month, say he's been alive, you've only had him maybe 6 months. Okay. Have you ever had any other kids before?
No.
He's your first? Okay. How about family? Do you ever have kids in the family? You ever taken care of a kid other than? You can chew however you're comfortable.
My siblings.
But full time, single parent.
Other than Jessica, she has her granddaughter, Paris. So I kept her all the time. But I kept her because that just took my mind off of not having my own kid.
Sure. I'm sure it's a hard time.
And anybody can tell you, I watch everybody's kids. I'm good with everybody's kids. They need to stop doing that. But
friends lean on friends sometimes.
But that's pretty much it.
Okay. And now, obviously, number 2's on the way. Doesn't sound like you're too thrilled, but you just gotta roll with it. Start talking about the past couple days.
Okay.
Friday night, who stays at the apartment? I know.
I'm going to say JoJo and...
Easier for me, if that's okay. Okay. Moving forward, so that brings us up to yesterday morning, basically, because we're in Sunday now. I know you started working with us Saturday night, but... Okay. Saturday. How does Saturday go?
Pretty much, I have to say certain things just to get his attention.
Whose?
Jordan Sr.
Yeah, let's go through the whole day Saturday.
Okay, but Saturday morning, we were home. His cousin inboxed me. I want to say I was up around 7, but I went back to sleep. And then I woke up again around 11. I woke him up, changed his diaper, brushed his teeth, all that stuff. And then as soon as I did that, I called Jordan and I kept calling him because I'm like, I need to. Can you please bring me? Can you please bring us something to eat? And I need $20 because I can go to Family Dollar and get whatever he would need.
What time do you think you tried to get that message to Jordan?
That was around 12
noon.
Around 12 noon.
Okay.
And I kept calling. I called again around 3. I know that. And I kept blowing the phone up. And then I called again, I'll say around 4. That's when he told me that his grandma, something happened with his grandma. She was in the hospital, so it was going to be a while. So I told him, that's when I got kind of irritated because I'm like, dude, I can't really give him anything right now. So I've been waiting on you for hours and he needs to eat. That's when I got called out my name. We started arguing. And then after that, I kept blowing the phone up.
Did you actually? So you actually talked to each other at some point yesterday? Okay.
And then after that, I kept blowing the phone up because nobody was coming, nobody was answering. And then, but my phone, he kept forwarding the call.
Yeah.
And then around 5, close to 6, that's when his mom popped up and she brought us Burger King. We ate that, and then we was just chilling. He was watching, I don't know what he was watching.
Did Grandma come in to the house or anything?
Because when he sees them, he will go crazy and he will not stop because he can't go.
Was he feeling okay at the time? Was he sick or injured or anything at the time?
He was okay.
Not sick, not feeling down or anything? Okay.
She didn't come in?
No, sir.
Why was that? Why didn't she come in?
She never comes in anymore. Ever since me and Jordan Sr. that's his mom, so of course she's gonna take his side. So me and her have been on a rocky situation, so I don't really associate with her, but I respect her because she does provide when I need her for my son.
At what point do you decide, because you had told me at the hospital that basically you're there for the rest of the evening and at some point you're going to walk down to the house. What goes on between the time Grandma drops off food to the time you decide to go for?
It's just I'm hungry, so I know my child's hungry, and we don't have no food. I don't have nothing.
Let me pause here for a second.
Okay.
Didn't Jessica just bring you food?
Yeah, Burger King.
What did she bring? Did she bring food for everybody or?
I had a chicken sandwich and fries.
Okay.
I can't remember if it was a burger or chicken, fries, and a cookie.
Okay.
She always makes sure he has his cookies.
Right.
Because he loves his
You better bring a 2-year-old a cookie.
he knows. And he had orange juice, and I had a Sprite.
Okay. So at what point do you decide to leave the apartment with him?
It was around, I think I got in the shower around 8:30. 8:30.
Okay.
I got dressed.
Okay.
I gave him a bath, got him dressed, because I'm if I'm hungry, I know you're hungry, and I'm sorry, but we're not going to be sitting in here hungry.
Sure.
And that was the only time he's eaten that whole day.
Okay, so he ate the one meal around 6, and he's getting hungry again around 9.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest.
You're eating for 2.
So,
okay.
So I texted his phone, and actually I kept calling because I wanted to see if she would have picked us up or if she would have brought something else.
Jessica.
For later.
Okay.
And I want to say I called his cousin Erica, but I'm not sure. No, I thought it was his brother Mari's number, but the guy cussed me out because it wasn't his number. And I called that number and I texted him, but no answer. Then
did you ever get a hold of
Jordan
Sr.?
I didn't. He didn't.
Or
get
Jessica?
No, I'm used. Honestly, people think it's crazy, but I'm used to Jordan ignoring my phone calls.
Sure. No, I get it.
I'm used to it. So, and he knows I will pop up at that house with my child, with no problems. So we got dressed. I texted and I kept calling, and then I texted him and I said, "He'll walk over there, but he's gonna stay. But can you give me a ride back home? Well, can you have your mom give me a ride back home?"
Did he know you were bringing him over other than this conversation?
I don't know.
This text
I don't know if
message
he's seen the text message.
Okay,
or not.
but before that, there was no plan to bring him over for Dad's birthday?
He was actually supposed to get him today.
Today, but yesterday.
He's always supposed to get him, but it never
happens.
It never goes through.
So more or less, you're just going to bring him over there, and here you go.
And even if he's not home, his grandma, his cousins,
someone's there to care for him for a little bit, get you a little break. Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay. Is it a good home? He got lots of toys and good stuff going on, or at least the best you can do?
I pretty much send his toys wherever he's gonna go, so he can have toys at his grandma's house or
Okay.
his auntie Dap's house.
Okay. Do you know Auntie Dap's real name?
Daphne Howard.
Daphne Howard. Okay.
Jordan's home was a dangerous place. When officers visited in June 2017, they found clear signs of physical abuse and neglect. 2 weeks later, a violent altercation erupted between his parents. Just a fortnight later, another horror unfolded. This time, Charisse and Jordan Sr. were caught in a gang fight. But the most disturbing twist was that Charisse was clutching baby Jordan as another woman hit both mother and child. Right now on my Patreon page, you can watch the interrogation of a suspect who killed a man and then tried to run over a police officer while trying to escape. Watch him burst into tears during his interrogation, thinking it may help him get away with it. Watch this video and many more right now at patreon.com/Stranger Stories Plus.
So on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first, you said you woke up at 7 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
went back to sleep. So you didn't stay up, you just kind of woke up and fell back
Yeah,
asleep.
because he texted me
Who did?
about that whole seizure situation thing that I told
Okay.
you about.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
So, but he texted me. Well, actually, he called me, but I didn't answer, and that's what woke me up. And we were texting, and then we got into an argument again, and I just put my phone down because I'm tired. And then that was pretty much it until I texted him and called about the food.
He slept till 11 when you woke him up?
Mm-hmm.
What time did Junior normally go to bed?
Now, I used to have him on a schedule. He would be to sleep. He'll wake up at 7 in the morning, and he'll be to sleep around 7, between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. Because that's the schedule he was used to being in foster care. And I was real close with the foster mom at the time,
Mhm.
so I tried to keep him on that schedule. Then when me and Jordan separated, they just let him stay up to 3, 4 in the morning. So that's what he likes to do.
It just adjusted him back.
Mm-hmm.
Who is his foster mom you were close to?
I want to say Julie,
Okay.
because it's the foster mom and the guardian ad litem. Their names is like similar, but I want to
Okay.
say her name is Juliet.
So what time do you think Friday night? If you woke up at 11 on Saturday.
We both went to sleep. We did both go to sleep around 1 Friday.
In the morning?
Uh-huh.
And we talked about this a little bit at the hospital. I know. Where did you guys sleep that night?
Friday night or Saturday?
Friday night, you had said...
we at my house. We're always.
but
at
where
my
in the house?
My bedroom.
Together?
Mhm.
Co-sleeping?
Mhm.
Okay. What side were you on? What side was he on?
I sleep closer to the wall, and
Okay.
you can tell because his slob is everywhere on the bed.
Okay.
So you can see where he sleeps at.
Okay, so Friday night, you're both in the bedroom there. Now, when we talked at the hospital, because you'd give me permission to look in your phone,
Mhm.
and I had seen the message you had sent to someone. I don't remember who, but
Mia,
yeah, to Mia to get to Jordan Sr.,
because
right?
they report everything to him.
Okay, and there was something about him. You took him to the hospital and
Once they
whatnot.
was
His head or something, and he needed stitches.
Hmm.
Okay,
And none of that was true.
right. You told me that when I
Um,
asked you about it. None of that was true. But when I asked you about it, you did tell me he had some kind of something in bed that night, Friday night.
It was like I don't want to say seizure exactly, but he was just acting like real funny.
How so?
Like real funny. Like even if he'll sit up, he just kept like shaking, like really weird. But like his eyes was normal.
Was he
he was
sitting up
responding.
awake? Okay.
He was responding normal. I actually had got him up and gave him some water, and he was normal. And then we went back to sleep. And actually, I laid him on my chest, and we went to sleep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Has he ever done anything like that before? Ever had any kind of episodes like that?
Mm-mm.
Does he see a pediatrician?
Yes, St. Pete Pediatric. No. He's supposed to be transferred to St. Pete Pediatrics, but he goes to Clearwater Pediatrics on Drew Street.
Okay. Do you know who his doctor is there?
It's in the blue book. All his information I keep in the blue binder.
Where's the blue binder?
That should still be at Jordan Senior's house.
Okay. Does that just kind of stay with him, kind of thing?
Because he was supposed to take him. He was supposed to take him to the doctor for something. Because I knew the caseworker was coming that night, but with Jordan Senior, it's like when they say they're gonna take our child, I need you to be serious for once. I don't care how bad you're mad at me. No problem. We had no arguments.
Okay.
He was okay. Then the caseworker came. He got upset because the caseworker told him he has to go to anger management and that basically he needs to look for a job and help me out more. And after that, I called him on the phone after the caseworker left because I was going to apologize because, yeah, you slack, but I'm not going to blame everything on you because I know my mouth too.
Sure.
Because every day you're saying, I'm going to come pick him up, I'm going to come get him. And then when it's time to come pick him up, where are you? Like, you ignore my phone calls. I call all your people, not even you. Like, you don't have to watch him, but can somebody support me? Because you have your family. like, it's just me.
Right.
So
where is your family?
Charisse's upbringing can say a lot about her. She and her 6 siblings stayed with their grandmother until she passed away when Charisse was 7. Afterward, they moved in with their mother, Mary Washington, but she soon abandoned them, leading to all of them being placed in foster care, where they experienced physical and sexual abuse.
So you really don't have a great support structure in place if you need some help or something comes up last minute. You're kind of stuck to hope Jared does the right thing or Jessica can help out.
And it sucks because, like, we've had, like, me and Jessica, like, forget Jordan Sr., but I want our relationship to be better because she's done everything for me. Like, she's done more for me than my mom has ever done. So it's like, I still try to have some respect, but we still bump heads.
Sure. Okay. So we were at the point where we were talking about you jumped in the shower, you cleaned up, you couldn't get a hold of Jordan Sr., but we are gonna head over. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get over there.
Mm-hmm. We got dressed. I packed his bag. Mm-hmm. I put diapers, wipes, a couple pairs of clothing, mm-hmm. In his red Converse. I don't know if I put his sandals in or not. I texted Jordan's phone. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he got the message, but I'm pretty sure he did, or somebody got the message. And that was around between 9:45 and 9:50. Okay. Between when I got that, sent him that text message. I grabbed my purse, the book bag, and I picked up my son, and we headed out the door. I don't lock my door because I have no idea where my keys are.
Okay. You get a new lock? Maintenance man will probably come put one on for you. No?
Lose that key. And
what
they
clothes?
Charge for everything. We kept walking. We got past Checkers a little bit.
Yep.
That's when the white car pulled over.
Okay.
He asked us if we were okay. I said yes. He said, do you need a ride? I said yes.
Can I pause you for a second?
Uh-huh.
Okay. When I looked at the map with you earlier, you kind of said you stopped at Checkers. You were probably past Checkers.
A little bit past Checkers.
And before the gas station Speedway. Mm-hmm. Okay, so somewhere.
And actually, I showed. I don't know what that is. It's like between. It's like a vacant building. It looks exactly like KinderCare, like a brick building. Okay. But it's literally between Checkers and the.
I know the building you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like a little space, but he didn't pull in. He just pulled over.
Did he come off of East Bay Drive?
He just pulled like.
We're talking about Antoine now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did he just pull up to the curb, still blocking the lane, or did he pull into the driveway?
He didn't pull into the driveway, but he pulled over closer to more towards the sidewalk. I already smelled the weed when he rolled down the window, so I really wasn't gonna get in, but I was just like, damn, maybe I should turn around in my mind.
Well, you've just left the complex. You got a long way to go.
Because to me, by myself, it don't seem far. But when I started holding him, I was like, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, that's a long way to go.
So I put him in the passengers. I put him on the passenger side in the back seat. I buckled him in, closed the door. I got in on the passenger side. I did not strap in at all. We drove down. We were driving. He asked me my name. I told him. I was kind of rude because that's just me with people like that. And then he told me his name was Antoine. And then he asked me where did I need to go. I said I have to drop my son off at my baby dad's house. He kept asking, well, do you mess with him? I'm going to say it how he said. I just don't like cussing in front of adults sometimes. He was like, well, do you fuck with him? I was like, no, we just co-parent. He just kept asking that.
Just so I'm clear, he's asking basically if you're still in a relationship with him. Okay.
Because I know when a dude is trying to get at me.
Sure.
Okay, what happened? We were driving down. That's when he was like, well, what am I going to get out of giving you a ride? And I'm just like, shit, like, you offered me the ride.
Right.
And then he was like, well, can you suck me up? And I'm like, no, like, I'm not on that. He said...
Just say what he said and then be clear about what it means.
It means giving oral sex.
Okay.
And then I was like, no, like, I'm not on that. Then he offered to give me $150. At that point, I'm like, okay, well, I don't got no money. I don't got no way to feed my child. And honestly, if everything would have went that way and I would have just got the money, I would have took my ass back home. Because at that point, I don't even need Jordan because I could buy my child something to eat.
Sure. So he offers you that while you're driving? Okay.
He's driving down. We drove down, and I remember he put a plastic bag over him, over his penis. Then that's when that happened.
You gotta be descriptive.
That's when I gave him oral.
How long did that take, do you think?
5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
That's when he was like, that's it. And I'm like, yeah. And he was like, well, can I? And he kept saying that. And then I'm like, nah. And at that point, I was just like, I don't even need the ride anymore. And he just got mad. And that's when he just started hitting me.
Okay.
And from that point on, I am seriously trying to connect the points from getting from there to Largo Central.
Okay.
Charisse brought in a new character, Antoine, claiming he was responsible for Jordan's kidnapping. The details provided were so thorough that they left no room for doubt.
Let's talk about it a little bit because there's a lot going on there. When we were at the hospital, when we talked about the blow up the first time when it was just me and you, you said he basically got mad while you were giving him oral sex. And then I asked you a little later if he ejaculated.
Honestly, I don't know if he did.
We talked about it. I'm just here to clarify, okay? And you told me that you could kind of feel it through the bag, some warmth. And basically, he told you he was done after that. So I
was pretty much done.
I get it. But
he got mad when I didn't want to have.
Right.
So like that's when he started getting irritated.
Okay. But then he still asked you afterward? Did he explain that? Because most guys, once that happens, they don't have an interest in you. Maybe he would have kicked you out of the car.
I don't know how dudes are.
I get it. I'm just trying to understand.
I hate that I even did this.
It's okay. I know you were blaming yourself out there, and I don't want you to do that. It's just a matter of going through everything to make sure we're not missing anything. Okay.
At that point.
Did he pay you?
No. I didn't get anything. I just...
Okay. So what happened to the bag and everything after the blow?
I don't believe he ever took it off because I never seen him take it off.
Did he pull his pants up?
No.
Okay. So at what point...
And he didn't really pull his pants down. He just pulled his thing out.
Just enough to pull his penis out? Okay. I know you're worried about how it makes you look, Charisse. We got to be past that kind of point, okay?
But I'm pretty sure he was asleep because I know my child and he would have been playing and making noises.
You didn't hear him saying anything or talking?
So I'm pretty sure he was asleep.
Okay. Let's talk about the attack. So you are in the front passenger seat,
Mhm.
and who's driving? He's the bad guy.
Mhm.
This is the seating position you're in.
And
I'm you. He's him.
And I'm leaning over.
And you're leaning into his
And
seat.
then that's
I'm not
when-
going to do that, obviously,
Yeah.
but that's basically your seating position. Where does he first hit you?
He hit me on this side, like this, like with his fist, like this.
Like backhands you?
And then I even told the lady to see if she could get DNA in my hair, because he did pull my hair.
Okay.
And he kept hitting me. He had like a mason jar
Mm-hmm.
with weed in it, and he kept hitting me with that.
Where did he hit you with that?
All over my face. I got punched in my mouth.
Were you trying to get out of the car? What
I
were
kept
you...
trying to grab on the door, and I did say, "Let me go." And then pretty much after that, it's just a blur.
As the search for the missing baby intensified, so did the need to unravel the mystery surrounding Antoine's involvement. But twists and turns were definitely guaranteed in the investigation.
And then all I remember was waking up in Largo Park.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't tell you what happened.
Right.
I told her to drug test me.
Sure.
To make sure nothing was in my system.
Did you ingest anything when you were with this
Not
guy?
that I know of.
Did you have any pain, needle marks, anything other than what the hospital did to you?
That's why I just
So
told them
no-
to drug test me.
Is there any real reason to believe you were drug tested, or you're just being cautious?
I'm just being cautious.
But you don't
Because
think...
I'm pregnant, so I took
Sure.
everything as a precaution.
And when I met you at the hospital, you didn't seem like you'd been drinking. You didn't seem under the influence or anything.
Yeah, I don't do any of that stuff.
And you told me you don't really do any of it because you're pregnant, obviously, which is the right thing to do, but that's not even a thing. Okay.
I woke up.
Where were you?
I was under like some trees,
Uh-huh.
but where I was, you couldn't see. I was close enough where I could see 7-Eleven in the hotel, perfectly clear.
Were you on a sidewalk? Were you...
It's like gravel and dirt.
Okay.
It's like gravel and dirt. I got up. It was a couple walking past.
Mm-hmm.
They was looking at me crazy.
Yeah.
But they weren't. I don't believe they were an older couple. But then I was aiming for his name, and then I ran to the hotel. I do remember I fell, and then I felt somebody kept kicking me, trying to wake me up. I woke up and I kept screaming. I was on my stomach and I kept screaming, "I'm pregnant, I'm pregnant," and that's when I felt pain in my stomach. The guy rolled me over, and he kept saying, "Charisse, Charisse, Charisse, where are you?" Like basically trying to get my attention.
Is this all at the hotel?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the hotel guy talking to you?
And then after that, I believe it was the officers.
Okay.
And then after that, I just remember waking back up inside the ambulance truck.
Okay. And we talked about some things at the hospital. Did you leave anything in the car?
I don't have his green book bag.
Okay.
So that's a possibility that it can be in there.
Okay. Were you missing a shoe?
And I don't have my shoe.
You got like your right shoe?
Yeah, my left shoe.
You have your left shoe, you're missing your right. And those are the same kind of shoes?
Yes,
just black and white. You said the bottom was the white base with the black top. Okay. Okay. Do you need a break or anything?
No.
Pee break? Drink break?
My mind is, I'm trying to keep talking to
Okay.
keep from crying.
Food, you okay? Okay.
How old was Antoine, do you think?
He couldn't be no older than me. I'll say the most maybe 25, but I'm bad with age because I don't look 21 myself. So, but he couldn't have been no older than what I am.
Okay.
Somewhere in there, 21 to 25. And give me the best description that you have.
He had those fat dreads.
Yeah. How long were they?
To about, they weren't longer than my braids. Maybe, I don't know, they were everywhere. So I'll say probably like right here.
Chest height?
They were everywhere.
Okay.
He had gold teeth.
You told me they were permanent. How'd you know they were permanent?
I can tell the difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell the difference. He's like medium build. I don't know if you've seen my child's father, but he's a little like
Yeah.
medium build. He's
Yeah.
a little bit bigger than him, and a little darker than I am, but not dark skinned.
Okay.
But a little darker than I am.
Okay.
Sorry, but she's just making me
No,
uncomfortable.
it's okay. No. Do you need a different chair or anything?
Oh
or-
no, she's just been kicking like crazy.
You know it's a girl already?
Mhm.
Okay. So you told me Antoine was wearing a plain white tank
A
top.
plain white tank top, black gym shorts that say "N1"
Where'd they say and one?
on his right side.
Like down the whole side?
Mm-hmm. And it's like the "N" and then the 1, and then that was going in white.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you see his shoes?
No, I did not.
No. Okay. So he's a pretty skinny guy. You okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Do you need a minute?
No, you're okay. My head is just hurting,
Okay.
so you're okay.
His car. What do you remember about the car? Everything you think?
Actually, he did have rosary beads. I don't know if you know what those are. And then those little tree things that make the car smell good. He had that up there.
Okay.
But the seats were leather because my thighs kept sticking to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't freaking know. He had tint.
Mm-hmm. What color was the interior?
I want to say black.
Okay.
I want to say black.
What color was the outside?
White.
White.
And the grill is white.
Okay.
The grill is white. And that's pretty much. He didn't have like rims or anything. But that's pretty much all I remember.
I want to go back to Friday night when you guys are sleeping and he's having these seizures. Was he injured or anything as a part of that?
The only thing he had was just that thing on his chin.
The cut on his chin.
Mm-hmm.
But you said it's healing up. Is it scabbed over?
Mm-hmm. It just looks real gross.
And when exactly did that happen?
That happened. Not even 3 weeks ago, because me and Jordan Sr. took him to the hospital.
Did he get stitches or anything for that?
They put, I think they're called butterfly.
Okay. Just kind of close it up. And
Yeah, they put that on it
When
because
was-
it opened up.
Yeah.
The water caused it to open up too much.
Yeah.
So they just put that on it, and he snatched that off.
When was the last time that was bleeding?
The last time that was bleeding, it always bleeds when he gets out the tub. Like it always acts up.
Maybe a little bit, but actually like actively dripping bleeding.
Oh no, it hasn't did that. It hasn't did that in a while.
Since the night it happened, or
Since the night it happened, it doesn't like.
it doesn't actively bleed.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Has he ever bled anywhere? Had a serious bleed?
Yes, on my bed. When he had that, and I always have to use like baking soda.
Okay.
Or what is it called? Baby powder.
Okay.
Because it just looks gross.
Anywhere else in the house?
He did bleed on the floor in my room, but that was from the same.
Same
that was
thing.
from the same thing. He bled in the bathroom because that's where the incident happened.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, that's
Okay.
pretty much it.
Okay. We're kind of getting to a point where I'm just going to start talking about some of the stuff we're looking into, questions and whatnot, and it's not to offend you. You know, some of it might be difficult or seem confrontational. That's not how I intend it. I'm just trying to figure things out. Okay?
What do you think? What do you think Antoine would have done? I mean, he wouldn't want that kid.
I couldn't tell you that. My main concern is not him doing anything. It's just where the hell did you take him if you did? Where the hell is he?
He doesn't. You don't know him, right?
No.
Never seen him before.
I don't hang out with anybody.
Don't know anything about him.
Mm-hmm.
He was smoking weed when you got in the car.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't smoking like at the time,
You could
but
smell it.
but I could smell it. I know.
So he had just finished smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm having a hard time what he would do with that child after.
Sorry, you can keep going. My head just.
Where do
hurts.
you think he would take a kid?
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you that.
People looking, like I said, about every resource we can gather is here and doing something. A lot of people. So they're checking all the places where a kid might wander. Like I told you at the hospital, my main fear is there's a few things. He got left in the car, he wandered from the car, or what you've been telling me, you know, I need to look at further, which is, you know, just part of my job, like I told you. It's not.
I didn't want to sound like I was getting mad earlier.
No, you weren't. You were
But
fine.
it's like, that's my baby. Like,
yeah,
that's...
well, he's still missing. We don't know where he is. You know, obviously, if I knew where he was, I would have told you that right away. But we still don't have him. You seem like a pretty level-headed, smart woman, and to just jump in a car with your kid at 10 o'clock at night with a stranger, just even from some of the people I've talked to, you know, JoJo and Mom, it just seemed kind of out of character for you to do that. Not only that, but then to, you know, kind of offer yourself for some money.
Is he aware of that?
Partially, not completely, but that's not his problem. It just seems like, from your sexual history with him, it doesn't seem like something you would do.
So,
and I know,
pretty much, Junior is gonna get taken he's gonna get taken regardless, because I'm facing an eviction.
yeah,
I don't have a job, and I can't financially provide for him.
Correct.
So at this point, I've never been on my own. I gotta do what I gotta
I hear
do.
you. Have you ever done anything, blown a guy like that before for some money? It doesn't seem like you.
No.
That's not the personality I gather from you after talking with you for the past morning. It just seemed odd to me. It seemed odd to them. It didn't seem to make a lot of sense. We also talked at the hospital. Remember I had you stand up and I asked you if I could look at your legs and whatnot?
What you got going on?
Tell me what you're thinking.
Because I feel like it's my fault.
Okay. Why do you feel that way?
Because I panicked. And I should have just stayed home.
Oh, Charisse. Hey,
I should have just stayed home.
listen to me. I want you to hear something very important, okay? You can't change what's already happened, okay? Whatever's happened has happened. All we can do is be honest about the situation and make good choices moving forward, okay? Right now, he's still missing, okay? I want to know where he is, okay? That's the whole point of us being here today. Where do you think he is? If you had...
He don't really talk to people other than his family. They don't really go nowhere.
I'm talking about...
That's who I'm talking about. He don't
Okay.
really...
He's 2. He doesn't have a lot of friends or people he's going to go see, obviously.
But I don't know what my baby is.
Okay.
It's because of me. I don't know what he is.
Is it okay if we keep talking?
Okay, it's okay.
What's that?
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay. I want to talk a little more about the past couple days. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Friday, let's back up to there when the case manager came over. Came in, everything was good. I talked to the case manager. What kind of bedding does little...
He hasn't had his own bedding in a while, because he had we're in the process of potty training,
Okay.
but he took his diaper off and I was in the shower. He was supposed to be asleep, and he took his diaper off and basically got his shit everywhere.
Okay. He shit the bed.
Mhm.
What night? What day was that?
I can't tell you that. That's been a
Okay.
while ago, but Jordan Senior was aware,
Okay.
because I wanted him to wash his stuff but he was taking forever, and so I just threw it away. Because I actually had to get new bedding myself because he did the same thing.
Okay. So that was a few weeks ago?
And actually, I ordered my blanket stuff off of Walmart, so I could tell you the day if you want that.
Do you know approximate when you ordered them?
It's been...
Couple days, couple weeks?
No, it's been about like... He did that before Jordan Senior like completely moved out.
Okay, so over a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But he really doesn't sleep in his bed anymore. I have his bed in the living room. He doesn't even sleep in it.
So he's mostly with you in the big bed? Okay. All right. So Friday, caseworker comes over, checks on everything.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked about your kind of sleep pattern last night. You said you and him were up till about 1 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you wake up after going to bed at 1 o'clock?
I woke up to him moving like that. I don't know really what time it was. Maybe, oh God, please get up my road. Maybe 2, 3. But
In the
after
morning?
that, yes, sir. But
Okay.
after that, I got him some water, made sure he was okay, and then we were fine. After that, I laid him on my chest,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just went back to sleep.
Okay.
Father God, let him be okay.
Did he have any other problems at the time?
No.
Just the shaking?
Mhm.
Okay. Was it his upper body, his foot, his head he was shaking? What part of his body was shaking?
Like his arms, pretty much everywhere. His head wasn't like jerking or anything,
Okay.
but it was just like if you stand on your leg, or if you do this to your arm and it does like that. That's the kind of shake he had.
Okay. And he didn't seem injured any other way?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
How long did you stay up with him when you woke up at 2 or 3 o'clock? There?
I don't know when he went to sleep, but I just held him and we went to sleep.
Okay, so you dozed back off.
Yes, sir.
Did you play on your phone or anything, or you just kind of laid there in the dark, or what?
I probably watch Netflix because I'm always on Netflix, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Less than 30 hours before Jordan disappeared, Charisse had an emotional conversation with her case manager about facing eviction and losing custody of Jordan. But there's more to the story. A case manager with the Pinellas County Guardian Ad Litem program had concerns about Jordan's well-being before he vanished. Charisse missed 3 of her 5 scheduled visits and then missed 7 of 11 visits with a clinician. And on August 4th, 2018, she didn't even bother to open the door for the case managers. Does this behavior scream concerned mother to you?
So we talked to the case manager who went out there, and he told us that on Friday when he showed up there were some sheets and blanket, or a bedding, basically, a pillowcase and a sheet on. And you tell me they're not there now?
He never has. I don't even know what the heck he's talking about, because he never has sheets or anything on his bed. Like, since I took everything off, I don't have anything to fit his bed.
Okay.
At all.
I can't be everywhere at one time.
He probably seen clothing.
He specifically described bedding being on the bed because it was important.
He didn't. I'm positive he didn't see bedding on his bed. I'm positive he didn't see bedding on his bed. He probably seen like the dirty clothes.
Okay.
I did have a wet towel on his bed, but there is no bedding on his bed at all.
I asked you a real important question at the hospital, and I know what you said there, but I'm asking again, and I just want you to be straightforward, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where your son is?
No, sir.
Have you done anything to injure him? That would call. I have to ask. I'm not trying to make it difficult.
No, sir.
Has anything happened to him?
No, sir. I would not hurt my child.
Okay. Has anything happened to him that might explain what's going on, or where you felt you couldn't
No.
You couldn't explain away, or
Okay. He was okay. He's okay. He was
okay.
okay.
We don't know that. Okay. And if he's somewhere, then I can go find him. I need to know. Okay, whatever happened, we can talk about. But something happened to him, and I want to find him. Okay. So, remember Detective Moore?
Mm-hmm.
You gave us permission to look in your phone. He works with your phone, and he pulled up some search history you had in your phone from Saturday night at about 2 in the morning.
I think, yeah. I looked up causes of seizure. And I think that's pretty much it, causes of seizure.
There's also one about a broken thigh. If a broken thigh goes untreated.
You sure?
I'm positive.
You sure?
I am 100%.
Unless honest to God, unless I mistyped.
Well, it was, I would, you know, my mind goes there too, but it was more than one search. It was broken thigh untreated.
Are you serious?
Yes, and it's about 2 in the morning.
That same night. Can he pull that up and show me? Like, are you positive that same night? Cause like now I understand this is your job.
Let me see. I'll see if I can get a picture of it.
Yeah,
to show
please.
You, but it is there.
Cherie,
Please.
I'm still having a hard time
Please.
with Antoine.
Please, because at this point, okay.
Cherie, do you hear me?
Charisse.
I'm okay. You can go ahead.
I'm having a hard time with Antoine. I don't know why he would want to keep this child.
I didn't do that.
You didn't do what?
I didn't do that.
What
That's
did you?
impossible.
What did you do?
Look up a broke. That's impossible.
Do you have the picture?
I do not.
That's impossible.
I have it. I will show you. Give me a second.
Can you, Cherie?
That's impossible.
Am I saying your name right?
That's
Charisse.
impossible.
Charisse. Charisse.
Yes, sir.
Did Antoine seem like I mean, other than what occurred, did he seem like he was an idiot?
No.
No?
No, just a regular dude. That's,
In his early 20s.
yes, sir.
And he's not going to want to take care.
He's not going to want to keep a child.
No.
No.
He's going to either drop the kid off somewhere and someone's going to call because there's been an Amber Alert out for your child since.
Why would you search something like that?
I couldn't have searched that. I couldn't have searched that.
Who would have done it on your phone then?
I couldn't have searched that.
Who else could have done it on your phone?
Nobody else uses my phone.
Nobody.
So,
That's impossible. Because I do remember I looked up causes of seizures because when Mia inboxed me and asked me what was wrong, that's when I said the high fever situation because he don't really have nothing else.
did
But
he
that's
have a
impossible.
fever Friday night?
That's impossible. No,
Okay.
that's impossible.
The search history's there.
That's impossible.
What he does with a phone, and we've already done it with yours, then why would you search something like that?
I don't think I did that.
Okay.
That is,
Let's get past that part. Okay, because it's there.
no, because it's there, but then now I look bad. Like,
Well, it's, you know, like I said,
look bad.
well, I told you there's going to be some points of contention that I want to talk about. And, you know, if there's a reasonable explanation, now is the time to tell me. Okay? You're not in any trouble at this point. You haven't done anything wrong. Okay? I just need to know why.
It doesn't make you look bad just because you researched something.
No. But the fact that you don't remember,
cause I honestly, That's crazy. I know I looked up causes of a seizure.
Yeah. You come in. We'll just stay on this here. So these are your search tabs coming off your phone, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And here are the searches he's highlighted for us. Cause of seizures. You searched what can happen if you let a broken bone go untreated. And that search, if you see there, is deleted.
Mm-hmm. That's impossible.
You don't remember searching for these
That's
ever?
impossible. I swear, that's impossible.
At this stage, the detectives are no longer convinced by Charisse's narrative. Her story is full of holes, and they are starting to dig deeper. What sinister secrets will they uncover next?
Do you think you had a broken bone or something? I mean, you tell me. If there's a reasonable explanation, let's talk about it and let's figure it out. But you're saying you don't remember searching for these ever.
Mm-mm.
Is there any...
But I know I searched for causes of a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
But that broken bone, that's crazy. Like, that goes back further than from the dates you're even saying. And the caseworker came
I
and
understand
saw
what you're
my
saying.
child.
I understand what you're saying, but then they come up again when we're having trouble. And that's not the only point of contention that's been going on tonight. Or this morning, I should say. We've been to your house.
Mm-hmm.
They've been looking. They've been looking in every dumpster, trash can, lake, ditch, grassy area, everywhere, trying to find any explanation of where he might have gone or clue to lead us to where he is, so to speak. Okay? Is there anything you'd be concerned about we find around your house, in your house, at the apartment complex?
You can go through whatever you want.
I know, and I understand that.
Whatever you want.
But do you know of anything you'd be concerned about?
No.
Have you thrown away any clothing, bedding, anything over the past few days?
I threw away a rug because his grandma brought us pizza, but that was a couple days ago.
Is that the one rolled up outside?
No, that's been outside. They keep yelling
Yeah,
at me
not,
for.
not that one.
It was a black rug. Let me see. I threw away some clothes in the closet.
What'd you throw away?
A bunch of stuff. Cause I don't know if you've been to my house, but the closet's a mess. And I've been cleaning it out.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw that stuff away, but that wasn't today.
What day was it? About?
It's been maybe a couple days ago.
Where'd you throw it away?
Well, usually I throw it away inside the neighbor's bin because I don't have a box. But I just tie it up in the bag and put it outside my door, and because they come pick up our trash.
Okay. Okay. So, as we keep going through the story, we found some clothing today in the area you live, and it's concerning. I just want to show it to you in a few minutes, and we'll talk about it, but you haven't thrown any clothing away in the area you're saying?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. We found some clothing that's got blood on it. Okay. And it's thrown away near the office of the apartment complex.
Yes, that's from his chin. And I know exactly what you're talking about is some red sweatpants. Oh shit, I don't know what kind of shirt that was.
And you said the chin thing happened about 3 weeks ago?
Why are we just throwing that away now?
I mean, that's not normally thrown it away. Like, they do whatever they want with the trash.
Okay.
I have proof to show you that I get yelled at.
What other clothing was with that set?
I have no idea.
Best you can remember.
Towels. It was a towel.
Okay.
I know it's some blue shorts. because they're like beach shorts. I don't know. It was just a bunch of stuff in the closet because I pretty much throw everything in
And
the
you
closet.
threw that away when?
It's been a couple days.
Well,
Been a couple days.
And you put it out by your door?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody then put this in the office trash can?
Because they walk around. We don't have to throw away our trash,
Okay.
but they walk around with the bin, and then they collect our trash, and then they get rid of it.
Why would you keep that for... You said that was at least 3 weeks, if not a month ago.
The same thing with the towel. Because when Jordan even washed the towel, and it still didn't come out. What else? Shit, I don't know. It's still a bunch of stuff in that closet that could have it on there. Cause my bed still has it on it. I don't know. It was a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I would have to see it to remember.
He's been hurt. Okay. I know you're taking a deep breath, but I'm not fully connecting the dots in what you're saying. It's just too... It looks far-fetched. Okay. We have bloody clothing.
Can I take? Is there a way I can take a lie detector test to prove? Because I don't know
I mean,
what to tell
it's
you.
something we could maybe set up in the future.
'Cause
They're
I
not
really don't
necessarily
know.
reliable, and I don't have the ability to do that to you right here. Okay.
Charisse, let's back up a little bit. Can you look at me? Is that possible? Or catch your breath and take a look at me for a second. I'm gonna go back to Saturday night again.
Because I look bad.
Charisse, I want you to look at me if you can, please.
Can you look up?
Listen to me.
Did y'all think I did this?
Oh, whoa! Back that up. Back that up.
Who-
No.
Who said that? Who
Whoa.
said you did something?
Charisse, listen to what I'm gonna say to you, okay?
I didn't hurt him.
And that was Saturday night
That was Saturday night.
at about 10.
Yes, sir.
And then you wake up Sunday morning about 1:30.
You gotta come back.
Right? And Antoine had him, you think, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the odds you think that Antoine is not going to give that child to someone to turn over because he don't want it?
He may not pull up to the police department,
But he's going
but
to give it
he'll
to
sure
somebody.
stop at a gas station and give him to someone at
The
the
only
pump.
thing I can think of is he left him at the park with me. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't.
that's possible.
know. I don't know, but I don't know what you got to do. I can't do this.
We're looking. We're still looking. Even though we're having this conversation, people are looking. Believe me. But that doesn't get us any closer to finding him either. And there's these points of the investigation we have to talk about. And I told you it might be difficult, but that's the nature of what's going on.
Antoine's not keeping that kid. Am I right?
Yes, sir. If
100%.
if I was in his predicament, I would not.
We can all agree there?
Yes, sir.
So that kid is somewhere.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Now, I'll be a little graphic for a moment, okay? But if we're playing hypothetical and he leaves him with you in the park, he probably would have walked out on the East Bay. He's not going to wander into a dark park. He's not going to go into the darkness.
Say that.
He probably would have been found had he gone near the road, whether it was a good way or a bad way. You know, people notice a kid wandering around. He's been missing. Oh, we're at 12. We're at about 18 hours.
Oh my God.
It's 2 in the afternoon.
He's not going to leave you if you're there. He's
No.
going to stay with you.
He has no idea where to go. He's not just going to wander off into the wilderness and hope somebody picks him up.
He's going to stay with you until you wake up or try to wake you up.
You are his mother. You are the most close person to him in his life, especially at a young age, even with what's happening and what's going on. Okay? We still don't have a trace of him, Charisse. We have no idea where he left.
There's no cameras?
No. We went through the cameras on East Bay Drive. We found nothing that supports your story of you walking with a child. Okay, I don't have anything to back up what you're telling me.
How's your temper, Charisse? You get upset sometimes? Lose your temper?
The only person who gets me that mad is Jordan Sr. for my family.
The guy who pawns a child off on you day in and day out doesn't give you $1 for money, except when you beg for it. The guy who beat you up a month ago and doesn't care. The guy who's got you pregnant again. In his own words, he doesn't care. The guy who's basically taking your life down a whole different path and he can go off and party and do whatever. He's left you to be a single mom. Never had a kid before, Jordan. He's your first. You told me that at the hospital. He's a person you want to be with, and all he wants to do is get away from you. That hurts. I get it.
But that I don't care about that.
Well,
I don't care about that because even if I don't have him, I still have my child.
Sure. But being a parent can be frustrating. I think most people I work with are parents, and probably the most common thing is nothing can push your buttons like your children. They can be frustrating, especially at 2. They can be difficult. They can be needy. They can be hard to deal with, especially alone, especially without support. You're not getting breaks. You don't have someone there to help. Okay? Tempers get lost. I've lost my temper with my own children before. It's just a part of being a parent. Okay? Sometimes things happen by accident. Sometimes tempers flare. Sometimes they're pretty rigid little guys, but once in a while something happens to them that they don't bounce back from right away, and it causes parents to get scared and nervous and check the internet, see what things might need to be done, things of that nature.
What could have happened to little Jordan? Where did Antoine take him? Was Jordan still alive? The detectives themselves will explain the possibility.
Pretty strong idea of what I think happened. Okay, and it doesn't mean it was done with intention to hurt him. It could have been, I don't know the situation. But something has happened in days that you're not telling me. Okay, and
I don't know what it's...
I want you to tell me the truth. Charisse, look me in the eye, please.
I didn't hurt him.
I just want to know.
I did not hurt him.
I
did not.
Charisse,
you gotta believe I did not hurt him.
Charisse.
I did not hurt him. Please.
Maybe you didn't mean to.
I didn't hurt him.
Charisse.
No.
Look at me.
No. You're not gonna say that because I know I didn't hurt my baby. He was okay. He was okay. When I put him in that car, he was okay.
Okay, he hasn't been dropped off. We've talked about this. We're looking, but we're not finding much except red flags in his own home. Okay, in his own apartment complex. We've got a bunch of bloody clothing. We've got neighbors saying there was some loud banging going on the other night. We've got some unexplainable Google searches. Okay, something's up. And I'm not going to come down on you. Can you look at me?
Why not?
Charisse, I'm not going to raise my voice. I'm not the type to scream, okay? I'm not going to treat you. Look at me.
If they hear me yelling or banging, I'm yelling at Jordan.
Charisse, the neighbors reported something got hit on your wall so hard it knocked a piece of furniture off on their side. Okay? I'm not making that up. Something happened at home, and we're searching for an explanation. And Charisse, we're not any closer to finding him than we were 12 hours ago. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. If you got frustrated, Charisse, if you got frustrated with your child,
can you just wait for me, please?
You need a minute?
Because I didn't hurt him. Please stop doing that.
Did somebody hurt him?
I that's around him. Jim, please come back. Please come back. Please come back.
Charisse.
He's gonna come back.
Charisse.
He's gonna prove you're wrong. He's gonna prove you're wrong. He's gonna prove you're wrong. Because I didn't hurt him.
Charisse, we want to be proved wrong. But we all know sitting in this room that Antoine did not keep that child, even if there was an Antoine. He does not have that child. He's giving that child, got rid of that child if it was in his car ever. Which I'm having doubts about Antoine even.
We looked at the video up and down East Bay Drive, and we can't find a video of you walking with a toddler last night.
I think you're not being forthcoming with us about what happened, and I'm pretty sure there is no Antoine that your child got in the car with. Charisse, sweetheart, I need you to look at me, please. Sweetheart, come on. Pick your head up. Look at me. Why not? Why won't you look at us?
You didn't walk down East Bay Drive with him last night, did you? I would love to believe you, but there's no video.
You know there's a lot of video on East Bay Drive.
Let me show you a map again, okay?
You thinking I'm hurting him?
No.
No,
See,
that's what
listen.
you're implying.
And
then it's just me, so I'm supposed to defend myself.
Charisse, we're not implying anything.
But that's what it seems like.
But let me ask you this.
But that's what it seems like.
Would you rather I don't talk to you about the things we're finding?
No, I don't. I understand.
Okay.
This is your job. I understand that.
I'm just.
But damn, like I can't tell you something I don't know.
Charisse,
I cannot tell you something I do not know. Okay.
Listen though.
No, because I left that house. And I put my baby in a damn car, and we drove up, okay? And I sat there and got my ass beat for no reason because I cannot sit here and provide for my own child. And then y'all sit here and make it seem like I did this.
I'm not making it seem like you did anything.
But it feels like it. And
Charisse, are we in agreement that Antoine would have dropped that child off somewhere?
Yes.
100%.
Because if it was me in that predicament, and that was him, why would I keep a child?
Exactly.
That's not mine.
You got beat up, you got some lumps on your face, but you're not beat to the point that you pass out for 3 hours unconscious, okay? If they did that, you'd be admitted at the hospital. They scanned your brain, that's what the CAT scan is. They're looking for serious injury. If you had anything that would have caused you to be unconscious for 3 hours, 3.5 hours, they would have kept you. It's just another thing that doesn't make sense, Charisse. There's something very wrong going on here, and I know it's a hard conversation, but it's not going to go away either, okay? These are talks that need to be had, and there's some answers here, and that's all I want is the honest truth, and I don't feel like we're there, okay? You didn't get dragged into the park and dumped. You're not filthy. You don't have dirt in your hair. You don't have grass in your hair. The officers are telling me they found a wet mop at your house.
Some peaches. The peach juice had fell and it's still sticky on the side of my bed.
I just asked you if you've cleaned anything.
No, that's it.
Well, you said no.
But
You're
that's
going on
not
some
really
cleaning
cleaning.
supplies. But Charisse, my point is,
And you can look at the bottom of it. It's literally water. I literally used water. That's it.
Is that how he still looks?
That's it.
Is that a good assessment of how he looks except for his
Just
haircut?
with no hair. Please come home. Please come home. Please come home.
Charisse, I would love nothing more right now than to have a phone call where he gets dropped off somewhere and he's safe and fine. But I think you and I both know that's probably not happening
Don't
at
say
this
that.
point.
Don't say
Okay.
that. Don't say that.
I say that
Don't say that.
thinking that you have an idea of where he
Don't
is.
say that.
Okay. We've got bloody clothes in a dumpster that you're saying you kept for 3 weeks. That doesn't.
That's impossible. It was a dude out there. I want to say it was a white truck that was parked on the side, and he was working on his truck. Please find him. Please find him because
I would love to.
because he was out there. It was people in the parking lot at Outback. It was people at the bus station,
But
at Checkers. It was people at Checkers.
You're not really walking by Outback the way you're telling me you will.
What else?
I would love to verify something you've told me, okay? I would love to, but so far I've had nothing but a hard time doing it, and I haven't been able to do it yet. Other than your child's missing. Okay? We've got a lot of questions here that you don't have any answers for. The Google searching. What's with the banging on the wall the other night? Your neighbor reports the bang on the wall. So hard on your bedroom wall.
I threw that damn TV.
What TV?
It's the little TV in my room, and now it won't properly sit up straight. Like I have to, like basically this is the stand back here, but it doesn't connect on it.
Okay. Why would you throw that in the middle of the night?
That wasn't in the middle of the night though.
What time of day did you throw the TV?
After I got off the phone with Jordan about the DCF case, that's when I threw
On
the
Friday?
TV. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you see our problem we're having?
It's a dent in my wall from me throwing the candle, and Jordan can verify that because I tried to throw it at him when he put his hands on me before. What else?
The clues were there, but they pointed to a dark and twisted conclusion. There was mounting evidence against her and her narrative. The bloody clothes found at her place, the suspicious Google searches, damning CCTV footage, testimonies from their neighbors, and so many holes in her story that it was practically Swiss cheese.
What do you want to do at this point? Because
I think we're talking to the right person.
I'm telling you everything.
And I know that can be hard to understand, but from our point of view, you have it's the perfect storm of an upset mother. Okay, it's
Don't
everything.
Put that on me. Please don't put that on me.
Well, I have to consider it. Okay,
But that's so unfair.
I don't know you.
That's so unfair.
It's not personal.
To say that's so.
But at the same time,
unfair
we know
to
nothing
say.
about Antoine, and we can't verify anything you've told us about him. We can't see anywhere where you've been that you've told us last night. We don't have anything to suggest to support what you've told me, other than you walked into Hampton Inn.
Even if you did get
Isn't there cameras at that light?
Yeah, but hear me out on
I
this.
don't know what.
Hear me out on
I
this,
know.
Cherie.
I hear you.
Even with getting in a car with Antoine and him dropping you off in Largo Central Park, we're in agreement that he would not take that child, correct?
Yes, sir.
We would have found him at that point then. Whether he was injured somewhere or he got dropped off, we would have almost...
Can I eat, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want us to take a break? You want to
No,
eat?
go ahead, but I just need to eat.
Why don't we leave it for a few minutes? You're pregnant.
Could it got to a point where you got...
No,
You,
I know what you're gonna ask me.
what am I gonna ask you? Tell me what I'm asking.
If I'm gonna hit my child, I'm gonna pop him. And anybody knows I'm gonna pop him. But I would never sit here and punch on him, kick on him, physically cause harm to him. I know what sorry, I need to sleep at
And
this
that's
point.
not what I was gonna ask you anyway, but since you said that, you wouldn't knowingly do anything to hurt your child. Fair to say. That is not what I was gonna ask you anyway. What I was asking you is, did it get to a point where you're getting fed up? Call somebody and say, hey, you need to take this child for a little bit. I need a break. And it not be
Antoine,
and
Jared,
or
Jordan,
seniors,
Jessica,
just
the people you normally depend on.
I don't have nobody else to call.
like you just spoke to your sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's she at?
She's way in Kansas.
What about the ones in Tampa or Brooksville or
We don't talk at all.
at all?
I don't talk to
So
my
there's-
sister Danielle at all.
Absolutely no one you could reach out to other than senior's family to take a break.
Even the ones that are willing to get him.
Who is Courtney?
She's my old caseworker. Well, she's not really my caseworker, but she's a freaking.
Has she watched?
And I've actually lived with her.
You have her contact information? Moving you over?
Not anymore.
No.
I deleted it, so if you could go through my phone, you'll probably find it too.
A deleted contact. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did she ever watch?
Mm-hmm. And actually, I had with her. Sorry.
It's okay.
I probably should have answered that.
Go ahead.
Who was it?
I already hung up. That's my little sister, them in Brooksville.
Okay. If something comes up and you need to answer your phone, you just do it. Okay.
It's been a couple months.
Has anything ever happened when he was with her?
Her son, I think that's autism.
Okay.
Something. But basically, he got hit in the face with a bat. But she had already talked to me and Jordan, and I thought it was past that situation. But
Where else did he have injuries? Just the face, or
his face, he had a patch.
where? Be very descriptive.
He had a patch, and that's why I had to get his hair cut.
Okay.
Because he was trying to cut his hair.
Mhm.
Out of the clippers, and he jumped, so he had got a patch.
What's a patch?
Like it was patchy.
Oh, he cut a patch out of his hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You cut a section.
I'm like,
So he got a hold of some scissors or some kind of section out, or
no, like the regular clippers.
mm-hmm.
And then he was trying to cut it
like
off.
a brrrr. Okay.
And he got scared, and then
Who was trying to cut his hair?
I was her husband. I was
Okay.
trying to and then when he came home back from Jordan's house, I let it grow back a little bit, and then I just cut it off
Just went
with
for it.
scissors. And then a couple of weeks later, we let it grow some, and then we got him like a real haircut. He was fine.
Has he had any other injuries when he's with anybody else?
No.
Chest, back.
Jordan said he had some bruises, but that's pretty much.
When was that?
Pretty much. That's been a while too.
Months, weeks, years?
Months.
Any idea where those came from?
When I picked him up, he was like that. Well, actually, Jordan, I dropped him right off at Jordan's house,
Mm-hmm.
and then hours later, I get a phone call saying he has bruises.
Mm-hmm.
So, but me and him had an argument over that, and he still brought him back home the same night.
Okay.
But that's yeah, we already squared that issue away. But I still get that.
Okay.
He dropped the situation with me, but his mom, like her stepkids, they're just crucial, and they'll just say anything just to hurt my feelings.
So how mad are you at?
How mad am I?
What's his name? Your
Senior.
At the end of the day, I hate him, but I love him.
Makes sense. I mean, I do understand what you're saying. So, and we did. You came out and said this. You would never do anything knowingly to hurt your child. Pop him on the butt if he does something wrong. That's.
And he don't even get that. He gets popped on the hand.
When you say a pop, what's a pop?
Like this.
Slap? Where do you slap him?
On his hand.
On the hand, okay.
And you normally sleep with him.
Mm-hmm.
You guys sleep in the same bed and everything. Do you know
So dangerous.
I know.
the danger of that?
Don't do it.
I know. But that's just.
Well, and I know what you're saying, and I understand it.
Oh, and he's not gonna sleep by himself anyway. Like we tried, we tried.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
did anything happen on that road where he accidentally put his head in your side? You're pregnant now, so you
No.
might sleep heavier.
They get smushed in the
Or you
sheets
could
or
get,
something.
you know,
Like,
Smushed
if you
between
see
the
my-
wall. I mean,
No.
I'm just, quite honestly, I'm looking
My
for...
bed's big enough where we both have enough
Well,
space,
and
and he
It
sleeps.
still happens even on
Yeah,
big
but-
beds. But
and I've done this job over 30 years. I've seen a lot of kids
yeah.
where they get suffocate accidentally, and it happens.
He
And-
kicks me too much.
But accidents do happen, and that's what it is, an accident. The cover-up is the bad part. So we need to know that something, you know, that's what happened. You seem like a loving mother to me. You love your children. You're going to love your unborn child. When she's born, you said it's a girl, right?
When it comes to a monster mother, detectives typically use patient and calm strategies, almost babying them through the process. They know that playing along with the tears and charades can often break down the facade and reveal the criminal beneath. Here, the detectives are executing the first step of this strategy, suggesting that it was all just an accident.
Okay, what's on your mind? I know. I know.
I was supposed to protect it.
Why do you think you didn't protect him, Charisse? What happened?
I just ran. My baby. And I forgot about my own child.
Remember that big weight we talked about yesterday? You still got something weighing heavy on you, Charisse. That weight's not lifted yet. I can see it.
I need my baby home.
I know.
I need him home.
I know.
I need him home. Please bring him home.
We're doing everything we can, Charisse. But we need you to give us everything we need. We need answers. We questions. We need honesty more than anything.
Yes, sir.
No matter how hard it is. No matter what it means. He doesn't deserve to be wherever he is right now. He doesn't deserve what's going on. This is not fair to him. No matter who that makes look bad, that person has to just suck it up. For him. I want what. No matter what the circumstance, okay? We talked about this in the van, Charisse. You've doing this a long time by yourself. I know. I know. A mom will do what she has to do to make it. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt to have help. You know? I mean, I told you when the first thing I said at the hospital, I recognized because, you know, I've known family for a little while for other reasons, but you didn't exactly pick the most committed partner. You know? It's very frustrating. The frustration that must build as a parent when you can't feed your child, and he's hungry, and he's upset, and you know he's being difficult, but he's not trying to be. He just wants to eat, and his daddy won't bring him any food. Here's mom about to be evicted from an apartment she can't pay for. Jordan Sr. won't get a job to help. He's just letting his mom help you. It's not fair. It's not fair. You can look at me. You don't have to look down. You're not a bad person. Okay? Something really bad happened this past week, and we're trying to find him. And we're not having much success, obviously. I wish this would have ended 24 hours ago. The more time that passes, the more questions arise. Okay? And what did I tell you yesterday? I said, what I have to do is I have to try and corroborate. what I'm being told.
Yes, sir.
From whoever that is. Some people's stories checked out, some people's haven't. I've been trying to back your story since I met you in the hospital yesterday.
I know.
And not that I'm upset about it or anything, but it doesn't help when you're not forthcoming with things. You know, yesterday, your story, you started to tell me that you left him in the car, and then we kind of hit a stopping point for the day. And I know you needed a break, and it was a long day. That's okay. But we're getting delayed and delayed and delayed, and the longer we're delayed, the longer we can't find, no matter what the circumstance, like I said, it's not helping him, okay? We need to find him. We need to find him. And you still have this weight on your shoulders. There's something in your brain that you're not telling me. And no matter what that is, I want to do what's right. His family deserves an explanation. His grandmother, who's about to have a surgery and is afraid her cancer is going to get worse. For Jessica, who, you know, regardless of what you and Jordan are going through, she's been there for you. She's been on your side. No matter how bad her son has been to you, she's been there for you. She deserves an explanation. Grandmas don't want to go through this. They can't deal with it. Even if something bad happened to him, we have to talk about it. We have to know whether it was an accident or...
I didn't.
Well...
He was okay.
Sure.
He was okay. I swear to God, he was okay.
Can you shut up and look at me?
No, because I don't know what to tell you. I don't.
Okay.
Charisse.
I fucking don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Charisse, are you worried about us judging you for what you did, or?
No, I'm already being judged by people I don't even fucking know for something I never even did in the first place.
Who's judging you?
Everybody.
Okay. Here's what you need to take away from this, Charisse.
And I don't care. I don't care what people have to say about me, but I know the truth. And I did not hurt my baby.
We're not here to judge you. You understand that? We're not going to say anything. What you do, what you did, is not for us to judge. Like we said in the car, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does silly things.
We still don't have him. Some people's stories are checked out. Jordan's senior story is checked out.
Of course he's just going to check out because he got everything he needs. His family going to back him up to the day he does.
No,
so
it's not just family. We have him on video where he's saying he's going to be. Okay? I can't prove your story. I can't prove it yet. Things aren't making sense. And if there's something we need to change or add, now is the time.
I put stuff in the closet, like the bloody towels and stuff I used. I put that in there.
Well, Charisse, what they do is they spray a chemical on the ground that shows blood. This is not a chin bleed.
But I haven't. Listen. I haven't.
I'm going to explain for a second.
Okay.
This is blood everywhere into your closet. This is blood in your closet. This is not a towel smearing. These are droplets of blood all over. That's not a towel getting rubbed on the floor. I don't.
What are you trying to say?
Something happened to him. Something happened to him.
On, bro.
Not come on, bro. This is for your son. This is for your son. I'm trying to help you, Charisse, but if I can't corroborate your story, I can't move past it.
What are you telling the truth about, Charisse?
Let's talk about when you run from the car. Is that okay? Can we talk about that?
Come on, man. You gotta Antoine to show up, please, and prove him wrong, please. Please show up, please.
Charisse, he's not just going to show up.
Think like a criminal for a second. If Charisse had really hurt her child and her house was a bloody mess, then what would she do next? Clean it up and dispose of the evidence, right? Since the detectives were bound to find blood traces at her house, it would be smart to explain them away with a past, unexplainable injury of Jordan. A clever move, but would it hold up under scrutiny?
He's not okay. I can tell you that right now. He's not okay. He won't be mad at you for making a mistake.
No, I didn't, baby. No, I didn't.
All this is not fair to him, Charisse. It's not fair to him. He did nothing.
Please, baby.
You need to be truthful with yourself
There's
and
no weight on my chest.
there is.
No, it's not.
We
The weight is on my chest is that I don't know where he is.
We talked about your timeline this morning.
So,
Okay? I want to show you another
Can you hand
picture.
that, please?
where was it? Oh, God.
We found that dumpster yesterday. A dumpster along the path you say you ran. Did you hear that? A dumpster in a path, or in a dumpster in a path that you ran. A path you say you went. That's in a business you passed right by. It had all his clothes in it, neatly folded. It had some stuff in there with his name on it. It's his bag. We found the bag. We didn't find him. We don't have him. I can't even understand half of what you've been saying, Charisse. You gotta.
I don't know. Timmy, I don't know.
You say you ran to the park. From the timeline we talked about this morning, you probably jumped out of that car 10:30, 10:45, maybe even 11 o'clock at night, giving you the benefit of the doubt that you ran to the park. It's maybe a 5-minute run, 10-minute run. I know you're pregnant. You're probably not the fastest, so we'll say a 10-minute run. We found video of you going that way, and you're walking. Not only are you walking, it's almost 12:30 at night. 2 hours after you should be getting out of that car. We found video at the park. It's 12:30. This is almost 2 hours.
And I went up there.
Yeah, you do. You walk up, you go up there. You don't look like the frantic mother. We found the people that were at the park. They said you were just kind of walking around. You're not looking. Why'd you look down? That's you. That's the exact clothes you were wearing yesterday. You're carrying your purse. Charisse, it doesn't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? You do know. You're holding something back. You're not a monster. I know you're not. It doesn't make sense. It's never going to make sense the way you've explained it. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an Antoine. Part of me thinks there's not even an
We need your help. Do you not agree? Can you look at me again, please? Charisse? Charisse, can you look at me one more time? It's not fair to him. It's not fair.
He just wants to come home.
It's not fair to him. It's not fair to your heart. It's not fair to your mom. It's not fair to Jennifer.
Everybody wants answers. Everybody's looking.
It's not fair to him. It is not fair.
He can't answer for himself.
He's 2 years old. It breaks our heart. You understand that? We don't even know him and it breaks our heart. He's your child. It's not fair. It is not fair to him. You have answers. We need your answers. It's not fair to him. That's what you need to focus on. This is what we need to focus on right here. Right here. That's what we need to focus on. It's not fair to him. You need to think, look at me. Sweetheart, look at me. You need to focus. Look at me. Look at me. I want you to look at me because I want you to hear this. Look at me. You need to focus on him because it's not fair to him. It is not fair. You need to be an adult and be a stand-up person and do what's right for him. That's all that matters. We sit here, it's killing us. You have answers. You need to get in your heart and figure out how to give us those answers. Look at him. Look at him. He's the answer. Nothing else matters. Focus on that. It's not fair to him. It is not fair. No matter what the circumstances are, it's not fair to him.
The likeliness between the sketch of Antoine and Charisse herself suggests a textbook example of projection. Someone projecting might accuse others of behaviors or feelings that they themselves are experiencing, but cannot accept or acknowledge.
Antoine's not real, is he? I'm chasing a ghost. I'm chasing somebody who doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
Just tell me the truth, Charisse.
Charisse, nope. Charisse, nobody's gonna think any less of you. Nothing's gonna change on the way you think.
Honestly, I think some kind of accident happened. I think something happened. And I don't know how to explain it yet. But something happened. He was put somewhere. And he's out there every day right now. Lost. Alone. And he's in the dark. And if he's injured, I can help him. I can find him. I just have to know where to look. I don't want him to pop up when it's too late. I don't want to find him when there's no chance. There's still a chance.
Even with the bump on my side, it looks just like him. Like, I swear to God.
Well, then you found your boy twin.
This is ridiculous.
What's ridiculous about it? Tell me what you're thinking. Why is it ridiculous? That is the face you created with the guy on the phone. I don't even know where that guy is. Never met him before in my life. I've never done that before in my career. We hung up the phone with you in there. We walked out. He sent us that. He doesn't deserve to be, assuming the worst at this point. That he's hurt, seriously injured, or even not alive right now. I just want to bring him back.
Direct us and it's over. You don't have to give any other explanation.
No, sir.
I'm sorry?
I said no, sir.
We want to go do it?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. When you said, do I have any other explanation? I thought you was asking a question.
I'm saying we should go.
Where do I go from here, Charisse?
No.
Is Antoine real?
Yes, sir.
Be honest with me about that. I don't want to chase a ghost. Is Antoine even real? Because we have no idea who he is. You've got teams of people searching high and low for anybody that might be. We don't have him. We don't know any more about him than you told us. It's like you saw the car and you described it.
Yes, sir. That's your opinion.
Well, I know it's my opinion, but it's also a fact of the case.
Okay.
That car is right near the backpack.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Charisse, it's not an opinion. It was there. We're Charisse, it's like he's been saying, where do we go? What do we do? What's the next step we take?
Tell us what's on your mind.
What's the point of talking when I'm telling the truth? I don't know.
Well, Charisse.
So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
What's fine?
That y'all don't believe me, that's fine.
Charisse, we're not saying we don't believe
But
you.
that's basically what you're saying.
No, let me ask, Charisse, you saw the video, right? The video at the playground.
I can't explain it, and I'm sorry for that. I can't.
So how do I believe you on something else? You tell me a story, I try to back you up, and I can't. So how do I believe you on the other things you're telling us?
You went there for a reason.
That's what you're saying. That don't mean that that's what really happened. That's what you're saying. You don't know what was going on in my mind.
You're right.
You don't know that. So that's where I went. That's where I went. That's where I went.
You're at the park for an hour before you go over to the Hampton. An hour. I'm just... What are we supposed to do from here, Reese? Send you home? Wait till he pops up? However that may be.
And all those days and weeks or months, however long it takes for him to be found, he's laying out there. My belief that he's alive is very slim right now. And he's laying somewhere.
He's only 2. He's 2 years old. Can you imagine being in whatever horrible situation he's in at 2 years old? Can you remember anything from 2 years old? He hasn't even started his life. And his own damn father won't bring him a meal. He's stuck with a mother who's struggling. This is done when you want it to be.
You think there'll be a picture taken of him like that again?
It has to be.
Do you think there will be? What do you think? It's been over 36 hours. You know.
Can you please stop? Like, seriously.
Stop what?
Stop saying that, because I don't know shit. And just stop saying that.
No, I'm just giving a little truth.
Okay.
What Charisse wasn't telling them would turn this case into a nightmare.
He cut his chin a few weeks ago. Did you take him somewhere, you said? Said you got some butterfly bandages for him?
A while ago, man.
Okay.
Are they going to check the book back for fingerprints?
They're going to do everything they can with it.
Your fingerprints are going to be on it, right?
Yeah, of course it is.
Who else did we find on it?
Most likely his dad, his grandma probably. Hopefully that sounds a bit.
I'm sorry?
You said hopefully what?
That sounds a bit.
What?
Talking about senior?
No, I said his dad.
Who else would be on there?
You don't have explanations for my questions. You can't explain why you didn't call 911. I don't understand why you're not running down the street like you say you were. Why are you not running? Like you said.
I said I ran to the park. I said I was running inside.
When I say I ran into the park, it means you were running. In the videos on East Bay Drive, you're walking.
Okay. But you just said you had no videos of me on East Bay.
I told you that from the get-go today. You have videos.
No,
we have videos
you
of you
didn't.
past 7-Eleven, walking past
No,
car
you didn't.
tunes.
No, you didn't.
Well, then you're confusing it in your mind.
No, because you said specifically, because I kept asking you, I asked you over and over, I said, well, did you check any cameras on East Bay? You said there were no videos.
Yeah, you're not walking by Checkers. You're not walking by
Well,
Checkers.
that's my fault if I got mistaken.
Then where did you walk? That's
No,
right
I'm
outside.
Okay.
I'm not coming down on you, Charisse, but I need an explanation. Because you're walking down the street. You are walking on the sidewalk. On the north side of the road, just walking with your head down. I don't get it. So when I write my report, I guess I'll just put in there, Charisse doesn't know and she can't explain. This is what she told me she was doing. That's clearly not what was happening. But she doesn't want to explain. I don't mean to upset you. I don't mean for this to be a confrontational thing. I hope what you're telling me is true. But I can't prove it.
Part of this is going to make me look good.
Like there was a grieving mother in the park.
Is that all you're worried about? Is how you look?
No, I'm just saying, what part of that is going to make me look good?
Why would you scream
Why
in the
would
park?
I want to look good about my child missing? There's no part of that that's going to make me feel better, that's going to make me look good, that I like anything about this situation.
If you forgot him, like you say you did, you didn't remember he was in there, he ran away, and got to the park, a safe place, then why are you screaming his name? Can you answer that?
I already told you.
What? I don't know the answer to that specific question. Just be real with me. Just be straight. You're not a bad person. It scares me, honestly, because I don't know where he is. I'm doing the best I can and I can't find him. Just help your son. Whatever it takes. I'm begging you. He's a cute kid. He's super cute. The video you showed me in the hospital, he's a sweet kid. He's a happy kid. And he'll be remembered as a happy kid. If the worst has happened, give him something, please. We're sitting in a room and I'm begging you for an answer that can lead me in the right direction. A hint. Anything. Anything that will put me on his trail.
Throughout 87 exhaustive hours, deputies searched ponds, scoured trash cans, inspected every inch of Stinson's apartment, and enlisted over a dozen agencies for assistance. A total of 163 sworn officers and at least 28 civilian staff members participated in the search for Jordan and the kidnapper, Antoine. The search effort forced 15 assisting agencies to scale back or even suspend work on other cases. Little did they know the search was in vain from the very start. This false search cost taxpayers about $500,000.
Sure, you want a break?
Yes, please.
What do you want to do? You want to go take a pee? She wants a little break. Okay. What do you want to do? You just want me
If
to...
he needs to talk, it's fine.
Well, it's up to you. If you want a break, we'll take a break.
You can talk.
Okay.
I'm sorry for all of this. I'm sorry for what you've been through, and I'm sorry for what is going on with your son. I haven't seen you, I haven't met you. I can tell you that a lot of people have been doing everything they can and will continue to do what they can in the hopes that we find your son.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me sir.
Oh, it's...
That's I appreciate it. That was my dad.
Just a habit.
Yeah.
But there's concern, as in any case like this. Not that we're experts, but we have to learn, unfortunately, by our mistakes. We have to learn by the mistakes and successes of others. And we keep coming back to the well because we don't want to get it wrong. We want to find what kind of kid is.
He's a real happy kid.
Okay.
Hyper.
Well, what kind of hyper? Like, my son is hyper, but my son is a shit sometimes.
Like a...
Okay. Hey, look, no.
He's not a bad kid. He's like,
Hey, I love my son to death, and that's why I know that I truly love him, because nobody can piss me off. Like my son, you want to keep running and keep playing, or does he want to just lay down and suddenly...
keep running around and playing and getting into everything.
That sounds exhausting. But I can assure you that we are digging, we are crawling, we're climbing, and we're going to find him. Okay, but time is always against us, all right? You know that. You know that from the second you walked into the Hampton Inn. That clock is gone, if it ever started ticking. So when we have stories that change, we have stories that aren't really quite what they need to be off the bat, that's wasted time. Okay, so let's get back on track. I know Detective Whedon has been exceptionally gracious, and I'm not trying to be the mean guy, but here, let's be pragmatic here. You lied. About? Well, let's talk about what you lied about. What do you think?
Oh, like, are you asking me that I lied?
No, I know you.
Telling me.
I know you lied.
About?
You tell me. Let's make sure we're on the same page here, because I see it as I see it, but I don't want to make an assumption. You misled. By the way, as my wife tells me all the time, Brendan, if you leave shit out when I tell you or ask you, it's the same as lying. And you lied. So I want to make sure that that's put away, because I don't want to focus on that. All right? I don't want to be here any more than I need to be. I need to be out there with all my people searching. Okay? But we keep getting stuck on her. So if you can put yourself in the position to just eliminate, shove all that shit to the side. I don't care. He doesn't care. If you haven't figured it out by now, we just want the little boy to be safe and sound. So the fact that you kind of leave stuff out or tell us things that really didn't quite play into it or didn't happen, that needs to stop. Otherwise, we run into a bigger obstacle, anything, that becomes you. And I don't want that. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So why did you lie?
You gotta...
Come on. These are the obstacles that we need to get past now, quickly. So what are these things that you're lying about? Why did you leave these things out? If I can explain it to others, I'll understand it. Cherie, please. Look at me. It's going to be okay, but we need to get past this so we move on to the right stuff.
I wanted him to take him somewhere else.
Wanted who to take who somewhere else?
Just explain.
Because I remember, and oh man.
Hey, Cherie, listen, here's the deal. You need to be clear about this, okay? So tell us
I wanted nobody to say I neglected him, but I wanted somebody else to do something I couldn't do.
Raise him.
And he wouldn't do it, would he?
So that's why I went to the park.
Just explain.
They wouldn't help?
We fought. After we got into like an altercation, I knew he was in the back seat, but I just left.
Okay.
I just left.
But how come you said it was at the park and then you got knocked out?
That's where I ran to. That's where I went.
But he didn't knock you
out. No,
out.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you what's. I'm telling you.
I got it. You're telling me. But here's what my concern is. You told everybody else beforehand that you got knocked out of the park.
I'm a bad parent.
Okay, well then be a good parent today. Today we get to change.
But I thought once they put the amp on my
Cherie,
life, he would have came back.
Cherie,
I thought somebody would have brought him back.
Cherie, they didn't. So let's explain why we lied about that so we can all understand and move on. Why did you say this happened in the park when it didn't?
No, I didn't say.
You said he knocked you out, but he obviously did.
I didn't say he knocked me out in the park. I never said that. I never said he knocked me in the park. I just said I woke up in the park.
What's the real story?
We got into a physical altercation because I didn't want to have sex. But I knew he was still in the back seat,
Okay,
and I just left.
Listen.
And I just left.
This car you're talking about. Hold on.
Yeah.
You're closing your eyes to
And
the
I thought
situation.
they would have brought him back.
Sheree, the
I
story.
thought somebody would have brought him back. I'm sorry.
Did you leave him there on purpose?
I thought they would have brought him back.
Why would you leave him with this person on purpose?
Because I just wanted somebody else to take care of him and do something
I know.
for him.
You're about to lose him. I know.
Him. I can't provide for him.
Okay, Sheree, we're not
And
talking
then
about.
I panicked.
Listen,
I panicked once I got to the park.
Sheree,
Because he wasn't with me anymore and I knew I messed up.
listen.
And so once he put in the Amber Alert, they would have found him.
Sheree, let's be realistic here. You're talking about leaving baby Moses on down by the river, okay? That's not how this went. You know, every person that even comes close to that description is getting stopped, held at gunpoint, searched, validated as to whether or not they just kidnapped a child. And I'm having some trouble since the initial part of the story. Just, it seems like things get added when we keep confronting you with stuff. Things happen in a moment, all right? And then we have the rest of our lives, a day, a week, to make it right. This is it. This is it. This is the moment right here. Now we have to kind of explain this because all of these weird little, let's call them omissions, let's call them lies, that's what it is, doesn't help. First he's at the park, I'm unconscious, but I'm not. Okay, this goes over by this apartment complex. But I walked this entire way along East Bay Drive, and I know you did not. All right? So why did you lie about that?
About walking to
Yeah, on the sidewalk, all the way up East Bay Drive. Why did you lie?
We did walk.
Sheree,
We did
it
walk.
has been a long 2 days.
We did walk.
I know you walked, but where? Because you didn't
We
walk
got
the way
in
you
the
said.
car.
Where did you
He
get?
asked me. He asked.
One question at a time. You left your house carrying your baby, right? Or
We
was he
walked out
walking?
the house together.
He was walking?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you go next? And before you even leave the complex, where did you go? That's how specific I need you to be.
Before we left the complex.
Yeah, it's a long way out the door from East Bay.
We just walked. We just walked up. I made a right where the sidewalk is.
Okay.
We walked down. We got past Checkers. That's when he pulled up.
Nope.
He asked us, was we okay?
Sheree, I'm going to tell you right now,
Don't tell me.
you better think about it because we are as far into as we can. We will dig in our heels in to make this work. But you cannot keep telling the story that doesn't make sense, that doesn't fit with what we've learned. You can't be the obstacle, Sheree. We need you out of the way, but we need to explain these things. And the back of your hand is not going to be the answer for this. You are an adult. It just seems like dumb points to get stuck on. All right? Did you stop any stores between
No.
here and the park?
No.
Not a one.
No.
Okay. You know where Highland Rec Center is?
Yes.
Okay. What if I'm willing to take a pretty good guess and say that you were over in the parking lot at some point?
Mm-mm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't walk south to East Bay from that point? Because
Mhm.
I kind of have a strong feeling that you did. And it wouldn't really ultimately change what you're trying to sell. It just gives us more of the time frame that we need. Because right now, all these things we're working on, we get stuck on you. This is becoming a problem.
Because isn't Highland Rec, that's next to Regal Palms, right?
Oh yeah, and
Yeah, no.
you worked there, right?
I did.
How long ago?
I just stopped last week. because I didn't have a babysitter.
Okay. So you're walking East Bay Drive until this guy picks you up. That's what we're going with.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and even though...
Sorry. Yes, Brandon.
All right, sir. So all these things that are in place that should back you up. Okay, out of all the camera systems we've been checking, you're not there. All these other people that would be there, all these people that work at these different businesses who are outside, all these homeless people that stay out all day, they may not say remember certain people, but something where we have a missing kid, that seems to stick a little bit more in people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we don't see you walking. So why don't we see you walking? Now, if you go somewhere else, now we have to find that out. Now you have to explain it to us because we can make it work. Now, I don't want to call you a liar. I want to come back here and say, hey, look here, do you think I get to say that today?
I hope you can.
Well, then say that with conviction. Because you were actually more adamant about the lie about you'll see me walking on East Bay even though we don't see you. Are we going to find him?
Yes.
Alive?
You have to, yes. Because I did nothing to him.
You left him in a car with a guy that you thought he was going to be better off with?
I just wanted him.
Well, hold on, because you mentioned it earlier. So let me just make sure, because
Yes.
did you sell this kid?
No.
Well,
No. No.
Did Antoine say he wanted to be a daddy?
No. I just left.
What made you assume he'd
I
be
just
safer
left.
with a stranger than with you?
Because who's going to keep him?
The caseworker that came to your
figured
house Friday. Call him up and give him up.
yeah, you told everybody else in the
I was
family
going
Friday
to
that
You got a Wi-Fi signal. You've been communicating with him on your phone. Call him up. I need you to take him.
you told the whole family
Sure.
they were going to take him anyway. That he was better off. You told
Mhm.
Jordan he was better off because you couldn't provide, that Jordan couldn't provide.
But I know his mom would.
Right.
But she didn't.
Call her up.
Not permanently. She's got a whole group of grown children she's taking care of.
We were in the process of her getting custody.
But yet you didn't call him. You left him in a car with a guy who gave you $150 for a job.
And didn't even pay you.
And by the way,
I
wasn't even going to
didn't
touch on
know.
that. I wasn't going to touch
didn't
on
even know the prices and stuff like that.
What? You're telling me that instead of giving this child a family that loved him, to give him to a caseworker that was required by law to care for him, that you were willing to give it to a guy who wanted you to suck his dick for $150.
A drug
I just
dealer
left.
who smelled like weed.
Then there's more to it, Cherie.
I just left.
Clearly, I know
And
that.
once I realized I messed up,
You're not even running.
that's when I.
Did you walk away from the car? Did you?
No, I ran. I did run.
You're not
I
running.
did run from the car. And I just left. I was just sitting there, just walking.
Well, see, let's talk about that. So the stuff that we're talking about where you're sitting there. Well, there's a lot of things that where we should see you
I
go.
didn't know what to say.
Cherie, hey, there's plenty of places that we see you. There's plenty of places that you should be on the camera, and you're not. And then there's plenty of places where you shouldn't be, but you are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a problem that we need to deal with.
Let's talk about that for a second. Not only do you make a conscious decision, you're saying now, to walk away from your son.
If I would have got the money, I would have just went home.
You leave him with a guy who just beat your ass.
Went home.
This guy just,
and I just,
according to you, he just beat you up. He smashed your face. He hit you with a jar. And, okay, I'm just going to, this is probably a better fit for my kid.
The facade of a grieving mother was about to crumble, revealing the true face of evil. The night before Jordan vanished, Charisse sent a series of texts to her supposed best friend. These messages were so shocking that they would completely alter the course of the investigation.
And then when you finally told him what the issue was on text message, which you have a voice on text message, man, you're like ferocious. And so is he. And he might come and scream in my face, probably more in yours, but text message, that was a volume. I'm not seeing that here today. You like on point. You motherfuckers, come help me. No one wants to come help me and my kid. I'm taking him. Because he's at the hospital, right?
yeah, that's when
Oh, no, yeah, I know. But, and so these are issues that become problematic. You made up this thing for no reason. And then you wouldn't let them see when it finally came around to bring you food that you demanded. You said, bring me food. Now I gotta eat. And then you wouldn't even let him inside, would you?
She never comes inside anymore. She never comes inside anymore.
Why? She's regretting it now.
She never comes inside anymore.
So why this?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know she was the
Why
one.
this story? I get it was his birthday. He's an ass. Because he was going out? Because you were trying?
I didn't know he was going out.
Oh, come on now.
I did not know.
Jordan.
Jordan has never. Jordan has never been, well, that I've seen, and since I've known him and what his people say, he's never been the type. He's that I know
He's
of.
the definition.
And not only that, he told you when you finally got him up. I was asleep, is what he says to you. Stop giving me a hard time. It's my day. It's my day to enjoy. Because he's worked so hard being a good father and a good man. But that's his day. It would piss me off. It did piss me off looking at those messages. But the fact that you made up this story, I don't understand.
Because I just want them to care. No, they don't ever care.
I see where you're coming from, but you're not going to change their mind. If you haven't realized that in 3 years that you've known them...
Did they care when they thought he was in the hospital?
Not really.
No. Did they come see you when you went down to Bayfront and told them where you were? No, he didn't even answer the damn phone.
I got ugly with you, though. I mean, he did. We can't go back any more than you can. If you waited too long to fix what had happened, to go to the hospital, to do whatever was needed, okay. But we need to know that now, as quickly as possible. And this is not a game. This is as serious as it gets. All right? And I don't see an evil person, but I see somebody who's backed up against the wall and no one is trying to help her, even when she's holding her hand out and begging. Okay? But that's when we make the worst mistakes or the best decisions. And what do you think you did? You made the worst one. Okay? And this isn't about somebody you didn't know taking away your son to live the better life. Okay, that's a fairy tale. That's TV stuff.
I thought they would have came back.
Came back where?
Listen, that
But
part,
I thought
Charisse, that part, listen, you can't keep telling that story. You know this. You're backing yourself into a corner.
That's not what happened.
That's what I said. That's what
Sure.
I said it happened because I thought they would have brought him back.
Sheree, the only way you get him back, the only way this works, is if you gotta be 100% on this. This Antoine thing, let's be clear. That's not true, is it?
Yes, it is.
Sheree, we all have to be on the same page here. This car, this little boy deserves better. Antoine, come on now. Don't tell that.
You're
Don't tell
better
that lie
than
again.
that.
I'm not gonna go to jail.
I don't even care about that right now. I want your little boy safe.
Come on. What? Tell the story. Tell the story, Sheree.
You care about him, you tell the story. Like I've been saying.
Right, please. This little boy deserves everything. Sheree, what's the story?
That's not even a thought in my head right now. A thought in my head is
Somebody else to
No.
take
Okay,
care
but there's no Antoine in his Toyota Camry, right? You just said it. That's not how the story went. So what's the story? Tell me the story.
I left him,
okay.
and I just wanted
You
somebody else.
said that's not how it happened. When
No,
we were
I'm
just
saying,
saying that,
like,
hear me out.
When I said I passed out and all that, that never happened.
I know.
But I left him.
You have to tell it like it is, okay? Alright, let's go. 1,
I got in the car.
2.
Okay.
He pulled over. He asked me, did I need a ride? I said yes.
It's okay.
He asked if I need a ride.
Okay.
I said yes. He was asking me my name and stuff. He told me his name was Antoine. I asked him to pull up into the apartments. And after that, I just left.
Okay.
And I did this.
So the job
Hold on.
didn't happen?
So,
Didn't happen at all? Okay.
I did not panic.
How did your face get injured?
I kept hitting it on the pole in the park.
You hit it on a pole in the park? Okay. Is that so you can make up a story? Okay. Okay. We're doing good.
Sorry, Julie. I'm sorry. Oh,
we're getting there. Okay.
Is that why you're seen on the cameras just walking? You're not running, are you?
I didn't know what to say.
Did you throw his backpack in the dumpster there?
No, I never threw it. I never took his backpack out the car. I never took his backpack out the car, but I didn't know what to say.
Okay. Tell me about the car.
It was a white Toyota.
I'm sorry, that came out wrong. Tell me exactly how it went at the car. So you just told him pull over,
Yes, sir.
and he parked.
He parked exactly what I showed you.
Okay.
And I just got out and I ran and I left.
Okay.
I went to the park.
Okay.
And that's when
Where's the pole you're hitting your face on?
The pole is like where the trains well, I don't know where they parked the train. It's like we walked past it
Okay.
that day.
When we went to the park yesterday, we walked. Was it past the playground?
Mhm.
Okay.
When we walked past the playground, it was on the left side, not where the party was going on.
Not where the pavilions are.
Yeah, but the next one over.
There's like a train station there.
Mhm.
That's where the train goes. It is the train station.
Yes.
Okay. So
And that's when I put like scrapes and stuff on my face.
what did you use to do that?
I just kept scraping my face on the ground.
On the ground. So you scraped your face on the ground and you hit your head on a pole a bunch of times. Okay.
And that's when I made up the story.
Did you feel like I better make up a story because I don't know how to explain that I don't have him? Is that why you did it?
I'm sorry.
Cherie, let me ask you something. But here's the concern, is that all those searches are timed, and it coincided with everything you would send them. And when they sent you stuff saying, what the fuck? No, I'm sleeping. My birthday. Send me a picture. What's wrong with it? They didn't give a shit. But you took it to the next. That symptoms. He had 107-degree temperature. You people. You didn't come over. You didn't help me. Now I'm not telling you shit. He started shaking. The brain scan showed this. Now, we'll play.
You clearly looked it up.
And you made this...
You made it believable.
This 24-hour event for no reason. Except to get some sort of reaction. Get some help. I don't blame you.
This is how I did it.
Well, you are committed. Even scratching the face. I get it. The lengths we would do to show this was not necessarily my decision. The searching about the broken bone.
I was gonna say that, but I already knew what had happened.
Hold on. That was contradictory to everything you'd sent those family members. Because it wasn't just Jordan, right? It was Derica, Jessica a little bit. I mean, there's a lot. I can see where the Facebook posts are all. I mean, you deleted the Facebook page since then, right? You deactivated it. Yeah, you did that last night. So, all of that is so focused and so specific to those seizure issues. But then you had some weird shit out of nowhere. You had, what'd you have? You remember. You're smart.
Oh, what you mean, what I searched?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I searched it and I was
what
gonna say...
What did you search?
I searched a broken thigh.
And what else?
causes of seizure.
Yeah, there's some other few things that were a little oddball for me. I look up some weird shit. Personal choice.
Honestly, that's all I can remember.
How about how long until you can go without oxygen?
Oh yeah, I did search that.
Why?
We talked about it yesterday.
Why would you really search that?
Because I just needed somebody to
Do you
come.
think you were the first parent that smacked their kid?
No.
Whoa, hold on. You're not. Nor will you be the last. I promise you that. But, again, if we leave it out, just the same as if we made it up, right? You don't look something like that up unless there's a reason. So what was the reason?
I just needed
How bad did he hurt himself?
He wasn't hurt.
What
That's
happened?
how-
What
he
happened
wasn't
to his
hurt.
leg, Charisse? What
He
happened?
wasn't. No, seriously, he was not hurt. He was not hurt when we left that house. He was not hurt at all. The only thing he had on him was the scarring on his chin. He was not hurt at all. He
Sure.
was not hurt at all. He was walking when we left the apartment. He was not hurt at all. But I know if I would have sent that, it would have really came over and nothing would have
Sure.
been done.
There's not a reason that people look up stuff like that unless there's a reason. We've come a long way in just a little bit. And we got a little more to go.
There's still more to the story.
Why were you looking that up? Was it like I assume it was like, whoa?
Like I did something to him.
Hey, I'm not saying you meant to do it. Hey, listen.
He's bouncing off the walls. You said he's a hyper kid.
There's a reason my son broke his wrist. And it's not because he's, not clumsy. All right? Shit happens. All right? That's why this arm sucks, because I'm a clumsy little shit fan. Things happen, okay? Sometimes we make a guess as parents. Is that a 911? Is that a bandage? I don't know which way I lie these days. But if there's something sometimes where we hear a pop, something that's maybe a little too tender, okay. Maybe not a 911 call, maybe not a pediatrician, especially when we don't have a car, or even a pediatrician.
Maybe I can get an explanation.
But Google's a great little friend. But
Nobody has to
nothing
know.
to do with the seizure. Okay, so why'd you really look it up? Come on, Cherie. We're getting unfamiliar at this point. I get when we hit a roadblock, and right now, we've been over through so many in the last little bit. We got to keep going. We're on the obstacle course now. What happened? What did he do?
He didn't do anything.
Okay, how did he get hurt?
He wasn't hurt, just his chin. Just his chin.
So you're just looking up, not even like a broken wrist, which is common, or a broken arm, common. A broken thigh bone, that shit hurt. You gotta try to break that thing. Okay, so I can kind of dismiss that. Well, I can dismiss that a little bit, but then how long can you go without oxygen? That's not. What'd you say? So, why we look that up?
And the caseworker had told me when he came to the house that she was the one that wanted him to be removed.
Yep.
So.
But in reading all of these text messages,
Mhm.
it was the first time that it was like, I'm not saying you're rude, I mean, there's a demand, a lot of your text messages, but that was the first time I was like, not only polite, like begging, like, let me have my kid.
Don't take him from me.
Which is great. I would beg, borrow, and kill for my kids, trust me. Although I don't ever have to prove it, more than I already have, but not 5 minutes after you sent that message begging to keep the kid. You started searching.
That's when I came up with the seizure situation.
Why?
Because I just need somebody to go down.
Okay, come take him? Or just come take you?
Come take him.
Okay.
Because you don't know, like,
You
when
can't
you can't feed
don't.
your child.
I know. I mean,
I worked hard to get him home.
In looking at everything that I've talked to folks about you and the issues with the Belliveus, you're on your own. You do a lot. You do a lot. And you're not getting much to show for it because it's, as soon as it comes in, it's going out twice as fast, right? You got not only your mouth to feed, you got his. And then you're going to have that.
Like, I just wanted him to be okay.
You can't starve. You're growing another baby.
It gets frustrating. You got that little reminder in your phone to drink water, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah, because it's hot and you got to take care of you.
You need to eat
Oh,
something.
no, that was,
Wow.
that was that's like a reminder, like, because I was trying to be healthy and stuff.
Do you want a
before I got
sandwich?
pregnant.
You want something
Okay.
to eat? You sure? You want another soda or some water or something?
All right.
Okay.
You need to pee? Okay.
So the text message, the story about the seizure, the inevitable story about a broken leg. Okay. The car. That is so out of left field for you as a person.
Just like the car doesn't make sense either.
But that's true.
Unless
That's true.
We can't.
okay.
We can't.
That's
We
true.
can't
I
stay
don't know
stuck
what to
on
tell
this,
you.
Charisse. We can't.
Okay, well, just,
Do you sell this kid?
no, sir. No, no,
Sir, did you sell this kid?
no.
You're doing the right thing. You're telling us the truth about the things that were those explanations I didn't have an hour ago. We're starting to get those explanations, and there's a valid reason, and they make perfect sense.
But with that,
But there's still more explanation needed.
we've been on the bunny hill for a little bit.
We're getting there.
This other thing, and I don't doubt that this is going to be a huge hurdle for you, okay? But Cherie, for your son, we all have visions, I think, in our lives of what we want for ourselves, and maybe what we want for our kids, okay? Sometimes that reality falls really fucking short.
And that's disappointing.
Okay. If we want to believe that some magical guy came in and took him away to a happier place, you know what?
And I'm not saying he did, you know.
Well, I
I'm
don't
not
think
trying
he
to
did.
say he did,
There's no Prince Charming riding down East Bay Drive at 10 at
but
night.
I'm just saying, like,
You know, it almost
I
reminds
was
me.
tired.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt you're exhausted, but it almost has. You hear the analogy? Well, what happened to my puppy Rocky? Well, we took Rocky to the farm. He loved it. Put him in the car. Drove him out to a place where they get to play all day long, and they never go hungry, and they never get sad. And don't worry, we're going to drive him, and you may not see him again, but he's going to be okay. That is the story that you have told with your son's life. And I know I'm not wrong.
What happened to his leg? Did you take a break Friday night and you came home and he was hurt?
No,
Cherie,
Did something like that happen, Charisse?
no.
Cherie, this is the change that I'm starting to see in you, and I think we're getting there.
Remember when we said we're going to call you on something?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be polite about it, but we got to call you on it? We're calling you on it right now.
I'm getting frustrated.
I know you're getting frustrated. I'm frustrated too a little bit, but it's okay.
Cherie, no one here thinks you hurt your child.
I think you took a break. I think you took a break with what you've come forward with now. I think you took a break and you get home and he's hurt and you don't know what to do. Okay, I'm not making it up this time. He's really fucking hurt.
What do I do? Cherie,
Maybe I can fix it.
we can
If I Google
understand that. We can totally sympathize.
If his leg goes untreated, maybe there's something I can do at home. I can't take him to the hospital because I can't explain the injury.
Are we getting close, Cherie? Yes or no?
It's simple.
Cherie, I need.
He could still walk.
He could
But he
still
was
walk.
hurt though.
I think. But
How
he
bad
could
was he
still
hurt?
walk. It wasn't swollen or anything, but he just kept limping like it was.
Am I right about that? You had to take a break and you left him at home?
No.
I bet
How
he
did he hurt his leg?
It happened when he was at home.
But
Okay.
Cherie, he had
Because he kept-
screaming.
No. he
Tell
wasn't-
me about it.
He was. Can I show you how he was walking?
Sure.
Like he just kept walking like he couldn't like he couldn't put his
Put his weight on it? Okay. How
But
did
it didn't feel
when
it didn't feel like the other one.
when did you first notice this?
He was in the living room. He kept freaking jumping on his bed. I kept telling him to stop.
Okay.
That's when he fell. He did cry.
What day?
This was Friday.
Was
What
this
time?
after the counselor comes?
Well, yes.
Because that counts if woke him up, all right?
Mhm.
And then-
He has to wake them up.
I got you, but now a screaming kid is a screaming kid, right?
But he wasn't like dramatic screaming. Just.
But
like
he was
a
hurt.
normal
You knew it was
cry.
his mother. He's hurt. Something happened. He's hurt.
And you're up all night.
And I
on the
put
bed.
yes, and and at that point I started getting worried because he started
Sure.
acting funny.
He starts
But
to
he
have
was
these
a-
seizures that night, right? Not a seizure,
But
maybe,
he
but
wasn't-
he's got
when
the
he-
shakes.
Yeah. And,
Okay, let's talk about Friday and make sure we have it right, okay? So the counselor comes, he's fine. He gets injured jumping around the house. You start Googling it
Yes.
to try and figure out what's going on.
Yes.
Okay.
How many seizures did he have, you think?
He didn't. It wasn't a seizure. Like he was just.
But you wake up in the
Acting
night,
really
you told me
funny.
yesterday, you woke
He
up
was shaking.
and he was shaking.
And acting
He's,
really
he's,
funny.
he's
But
not.
I know what a seizure is because
Sure.
my mom suffers from it.
I'm not saying it's a full epileptic seizure or
Yeah.
something.
Seizures
But-
are different for everybody,
But he's
And he was
not.
acting really funny.
Okay.
Uh,
He's shaking. You said
was
it woke
acting
you
really
up.
funny.
You told me yesterday it woke you up, and he was sitting up in bed with you, and he's just acting weird. He's shaking. He's moving around. You don't know what's going on.
And how did he hurt his leg?
He kept jumping on the bed in the living room.
Okay.
But he doesn't.
Is that his little toddler bed?
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
But that's
what
when
did he
plays.
fall on or bump into that caused the boo-boo?
It's like the edge of the bed. He fell on the. He didn't fall on the. It's like I have like padding underneath it. He fell on the ground, like the wood, whatever the hell.
Okay.
My floor. But he was just limping. But I didn't think it was broken or anything. I gave him some pain medicine.
What'd you give him?
It's called Parents' Choice. It's inside my green bin.
Okay.
Did you give him anything for adults?
No, I don't have.
Did you give him
anything
too
really
much
for
of something?
Adults, no.
Because if he's having a seizure
No.
or some kind of shakes or bad
I don't
reaction,
really.
did you over-medicate him, you think?
I don't think so.
Did you measure it out?
He's
2 years old. We've all got kids here. 2 years old. You can't give them a lot. There's not a lot of stuff
It
you can give
wasn't a
them.
lot. It wasn't a lot.
But I'm just
in
saying
it.
there's
But
not a
no.
lot of things you can give them.
No.
There's very few things you can give a
And I
child.
put it in the.
Especially
At
I
two.
put it. I don't have like the cups, but I put it inside the cap thing.
Okay.
And I gave him 2 of those, and it's like really little, but he was just acting really weird.
How else was he acting weird?
Like he didn't want to really do anything.
Kind of lethargic?
What is that?
He's up. He's conscious, but he's just reacting slow to things.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
And then
describing?
that's why I looked it up because he was. I didn't know what.
Okay.
I didn't know what happened.
Why the oxygen to the brain search?
Because when he was shaking stuff, like it's like he was like his tongue was going back or something.
Was he gagging?
Yeah. But the next day he was okay. Like he was fine.
Charisse, did he stop breathing for a bunch of times?
I don't think so. He didn't turn blue or anything. His eyes were still active.
Did he sleep in the closet that night?
No. And the only reason why it's like trash in there because I'll just be sweeping everything in there before the caseworker gets there so it can look clean.
We're just trying to figure out why we keep taking steps back when we're trying to get 10 steps ahead.
Because you two are not in the same place.
Okay.
That's why. So, I mean, the department, I'm sure Ms. Garcia is a very good case manager.
Not really.
Well, ma'am,
Not really.
ma'am, now you're just being disruptive.
And I'm sorry, but I'm
yeah.
just
So
being
why
honest
don't you stop interrupting
Okay.
me and listen, because you're not helping yourself right now, and I don't want to see that.
And I'm in the process of packing and stuff, so that's why
Okay.
everything is
Well, the seizures,
this
do they
story.
keep going throughout
No.
the day?
No, he
The
was
seizures
fine.
are
And
suggestive.
I didn't sleep. I didn't sleep. I just laid with him.
Okay.
I may have drifted off a couple times, but
Sure. You're
other than
worried.
that-
I feel like he's not okay Saturday, Charisse.
I kind of get the feeling he's really not okay, Saturday.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
get the
I don't-
feeling
I'm
it
just-
gets worse
At the
overnight.
end of the day, I'm trying to tell you the truth because I can't keep freaking lying.
I know, Charisse.
I know you can't.
I'm
Well, then let me.
The truth.
The whole car thing.
But that's true.
Hold on. Can we just, Jesus, do away with the car lie? Come on.
I can, because that's true. That's true. And I left. I couldn't do it anymore, and I left.
Charisse,
when I'm finally telling you, like...
Okay, I know, but, you know, you haven't exactly been credible, so it's hard for us to judge when you are.
Honestly, since...
And it's not personal.
I think like 4 times I've heard, I'm finally going to tell you the truth. 4. It's not my kid missing.
It's mine.
It's not his kid. Are you sure it's yours? Then act like it.
Yes. Yes.
So, out of all these different parts of your story, the only thing to stay consistent with this one that is the most ridiculous. And now you're lying about the car? Still?
I'm not lying about the car. I'm not lying about the car.
True.
I'm not lying about the car. I'm my unborn child.
And-
I'm not lying about that car.
Okay. Who put the bag in the trash?
I do not know.
Don't lie.
I did not do it. I didn't do it.
The guy in the car.
I didn't do
Listen,
it. I
listen.
did not do
I hear
it.
you.
I did not.
I hear you.
He was okay. He was okay.
What was the
He
car?
was okay.
Where
when we
was
left, he was okay.
But when you came
He was
back,
okay.
but he wasn't okay when you came back, was he?
Saturday night when we left the house, he was okay.
But when you came
He
back,
was
where was
okay. He was playing. He was saying, "Mommy," he was okay.
But when you came, did you leave him at the house?
No, I never have left him by himself.
Sure.
Anywhere I go, he goes with
When
me.
you came back from wherever you went,
I never went anywhere. I never went anywhere. He was with. If I gotta go to the trash can, he's with me. I don't. Anywhere I go, he
now
is
is that
with
moment.
me.
Now is the time
Where
we
I
have to
go,
figure this out.
he is with me.
If he was
The
hurt,
changes in your stories only explain some of the,
And I understand.
and not to your
that.
benefit, of course, but they only explain some of the questions I have. It still doesn't put us closer to finding him.
I'll go
Okay.
out there with you and search. I'll take you wherever I went. I will help you. Like,
I need to know.
we can go wherever.
Let's
wherever
keep it
you want to
simple.
go.
You don't pass checkers.
I pass
100%.
checkers. I
A
pass.
constant running video.
I pass checkers.
no, sure you didn't. Okay, now you can think about a way to make it work. We've given you the option.
I have no way to make it work.
Then tell us.
That's the way I walk.
Because
that's
that-
the way I walk to go anywhere. I walk. If I'm going towards Missouri, that is the way I walk. That's the only
Sheree.
route I know to take. That's the only route I know to take.
I
don't
don't know
how
what to tell you, okay? Video don't lie. Then and I'll even do you one better. Not only do I not see you walking, I certainly don't see a woman with her child. So I'm willing to concede something. I am not going to even budge for a moment that you walked with your son past that checkers. And I want you to understand
So where
that.
did I go?
That is the $1
Where
million
did I go?
question.
If I knew, we wouldn't be
don't know.
asking.
I don't know what to tell you, but the way I walk. That is the way I walk. That is the way I walk. That's the way I walk. That is the way I walk. That is the way I walk. I don't know what to tell you.
And yet there's no woman,
That's the way
there's no
I
man
walk.
walking with a child,
That is the way I walk. That is the way I walk.
and yet no
That
child.
is the way I walk.
Okay, that's fine. So either you're telling me that you went there and but Jordan didn't.
He was with me.
No.
He was with me up until the point that I left. He was with me the whole time. He walked when we was coming out the complex.
Where did
He
you
was
bring him?
okay. He was okay.
Where did you bring him?
Oh my God.
No, I share the frustration, but telling the same story that doesn't hold anything doesn't help anybody. Okay? I would have given anything for none of this to have happened and none of us to have met.
Oh, I much would have rather had a nice normal holiday weekend, and little Jordan was fine at home, banged up a little bit, but you know, he's still around.
I don't think we get that option at this point.
We're long past that. He's certainly not home. I'm not saying the worst has happened, but he's certainly not here.
And if you were truly, okay, let's go on the random aspect that you bumped into that 1 in a million offender who recognizes the golden goose. You've got a child that just struck gold, and he goes off to parts unknown to do whatever he's going to do with your son. Only after he asked 5-month pregnant mom. Obviously, you said that didn't happen. Or the other half is that you've got this perfect Cinderella situation where this random weed-smoking super dude is going to take your kid off and he will live a loving life. Well, I wish he was too, but yet you said that everything was fine, he was fine, and then every time you take about more than 2 seconds to think about what happened, more comes out. And I wish to God he was okay. Did he die that night in your house?
I'm sorry.
Did he stop breathing in your house, Cherie?
No.
You said he's having...
breathing.
You're
He's acting really funny.
Cherie?
Well, you're describing him...
Because I didn't know what to do.
You're describing him as having a seizure,
okay.
And if we lay in a position that restricts breathing...
He was okay.
If we lay in a position that restricts breathing, Cherie...
If he throws up and he's not facing the right way and he chokes on it...
It's called positional asphyxia.
He was okay.
Did he stop breathing at some point?
No.
Cherie?
No, he didn't.
Did he throw up and he couldn't get off of it? Or you woke up and he was...
No, there was no throw up that I seen. No.
But he stopped breathing, I imagine.
No.
It caused you to Google search it. You Google searched it because...
He was choking on his tongue, so I didn't know, but he wasn't blue.
Did you have to stick your finger in his mouth?
I was pulling his tongue because it was like he was biting on it.
So his tongue's
He was choking.
He's biting his tongue, he's having a seizure, and he's choking.
Did you wake up and he was dead?
No, he was alive.
Okay.
He was alive.
But not much alive.
He was alive.
Was he barely alive?
He was alive! He was alive!
Are you sure about that?
Yes! Because I walked out that house with my baby. He was walking. He was alive. He was alive. He was alive.
If you've watched enough interrogations of mothers who've hurt their kids, you know the drill. Scattered tears, pseudo-agitation, and crying. It's all too familiar.
You can get upset all you want, Charisse, but we're here because of you. You could have got him help. You could have called. You had phone service at your house.
He was fine after
Let's
that.
assume that's correct for a moment. You could have chose not to dump him in a car with a stranger.
Or in a creek somewhere between here and the park. Where is this boy?
Which is it?
Where is this boy?
You know where he is, and you're not saying it.
I don't know where he is. If I regret all this shit, okay, and I'm sorry. And if I could go get him, I would. But I don't know. I don't know
where is your son?
You didn't put him in a car with a stranger.
This was a moment that got away. You have to make this right. You are the only one who can make this correct. If you panic, fine. Now is the time. Time has gone by. You have thought about it. You have the ability to help us find this child.
You waited almost 2 full days to tell us that you sent him off with a stranger. Take a break. Do you need any food? Charisse?
Charisse, you want something to drink? You hungry? Okay, well, we're going to take a step out.
I'm going to step out. If you want some food, you want a drink, you need to use the bathroom, just tell me. Okay? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. None of the sir stuff. You don't have to call me sir. Call your mom.
I have something to eat if you don't mind, please.
What would you like? A sandwich?
It doesn't matter.
Alright.
Who is this?
Why don't you just worry about calling your mom for the
I am. Somebody said they could. Never mind.
Okay. Okay. Mom wants to know what's going on?
She just wants to look at
Can we sit in our normal spots that we've been in all night, or?
I'm trying to like.
Okay. As hard as it's been tonight, as confrontational, changing stories that we've had going on here. We've talked with you and me. We've talked with me and him. It's a bad situation.
I know.
Okay, and yeah, I'm not saying it was 100% right to do what you did, but I don't plan on taking you to jail tonight.
I just want her to know.
I've never told you you're under arrest tonight, okay? I've never said you're under arrest. I've never said you're not free to leave, okay? You've been free to go this entire time. I've told you that. I've pointed at the door, I think, 5-6 times now. We're going to try to get you back into your apartment tonight. We're done with what we need to do there. You've been super helpful and cooperative by letting us be there for 2 days. We've tried to accommodate you and feed you and get you a hotel.
Can your mom hear all that?
Mom, can you hear?
Just put her on speakerphone.
Just put her on speaker.
It's just bad.
Can you hear us, Mary?
It sounds like you're in a hole. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, we're in a room that kind of echoes. So,
Okay.
but I was just telling Charisse, I want to get her home tonight. We gotta find little Jordan. That's the goal.
Why?
So, we're only wasting time by holding things back, and I've done nothing more than try to make it clear to her that whatever's going on in her head, we need to move past it. We need to figure out where he went. I have my opinions and whatnot on the case, but that doesn't mean Charisse goes to jail tonight, okay? I want her to... You are my source of information. You were the last person that I know had contact with him. I need you to be in this with me, Charisse. And as much as you got upset there, I know you were yelling at me at one point. We probably raised our voices a little bit. It's just...
A little bit.
I'm almost in tears here because I just want to find him. It's not personal. It's not to piss you off. It's not to put you through stress. Believe me, I'm trying my hardest not to stress you out any more than you already are, but we gotta find him. We have to know where you left him. Okay? Where you walked away from him.
That's why I walked away.
I still don't think the car thing is all true. Okay? I'm just telling you where I'm at.
That's fine.
I don't think it's true. We can't figure it out. And it's not because we're not trying.
It's because it don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, and nothing's coming together. We don't have an Antoine walking into a store and saying, "Hey, yeah, I had a lady, leave a kid in the car with me the other night."
And
It's
the reality is, if there was an Antoine,
he would have come forward by now.
this is, when we have certain situations that we ask the media to help us out with and put news out there, sometimes they don't really give a shit. Or sometimes when we do that, they'll change the story to fit whatever might be beneficial to news stories. But the one thing they will always put out there is this. And they have.
And they are.
And people, in their own ways, good, bad, but from a genuine concern, have spread this story all over. And no Antoine. Tips come in, absolutely. We've been chasing tips for the last 2 days. But
he was left somewhere. He was left somewhere other than the car. And
if it was the other way around, which would have been fantastic, because that...
If what you're saying is true, we'd have him. We'd have him. No doubt in my mind. We're here. There's people waiting. You see when you look out that door, there's people in that room that are waiting to go somewhere. They're listening to what we're talking about, and they're waiting to go somewhere to try and save him.
What's worse, the thought of having to explain to your mother what's gone on, or the thought of rattlesnakes, squirrels picking at your boy?
That's worse.
Yeah, I would hope so. That would bring tears. It's bringing tears to my eyes. It's not even my kid, but I've seen the ravages of what nature does to a body left unattended. It's not pretty. It's disgusting. It gets bloated. If it's left in water, it will disintegrate.
It'll almost be hard to recognize by
It will
tomorrow
boil.
if that happened.
Birds, insects, maggots will go for all the open parts of his body, feast on them.
I want to preserve him. I want to find him in the best possible condition, whether that's alive.
Nobody deserves that. Not a 40-year-old man, not a beautiful 2-year-old boy. Yeah, mistakes were certainly made. But the worst one, to leave a child that had so little love shown to him over his little life, the last kick me in the balls is to leave him to be eaten by the lowest of little shit critters around because we don't want to tell mom.
No, not because I don't want to tell.
Well, tell me what. Tell me why that little boy has been left out there. The crocodile tears are killing me.
I love my son.
Then
I love.
tell us where he is.
I told you.
No, you didn't. A
Where
car
did you
with an
separate?
imaginary guy. There are large bodies of water nearby the apartments of which you were describing. There are wooded areas by the apartments of which you were describing. Okay. The car thing. Unless you left him into a car that has been parked there and abandoned for months and months, and I have full confidence somebody would have left him on the side of the road to be found.
Did you leave him in an empty car?
No.
You can only tell the story so many times before no one will believe you. And the most excitement I've seen or reaction out of you is when you got brought a f***ing sandwich. I don't know if you call this life, I don't. Grow the f*** up. And right now, this little affect you got going makes you look like a goddamn sociopath. Not some kind-hearted mother. Because every time you get upset, it's usually, shockingly, around the time that we now confront you with stuff we know to be true. And you have to come up with something to explain it away. And I love the little nap you took over there earlier. That was great. And then your biggest excuse as to what to break this whole thing was to call Mom. And then you still lied to her. And not telling her important things when asked is a lie. But she let you get beat. She probably beat you up herself. I think you've heard some of the stories you told the family. And what you mentioned to us earlier. Where's your son? Hey, you bullshit. There's no one in this room that caused what happened to your son except for you. Ain't no one out there that caused this except for you. There's no one in this building who has a better chance of finding your son than you. But I don't know. I don't know. It's so much easier when I don't know. And that's what led you to this life, right? Why take an interest if somebody else could do it for you? That's usually what happens. People find themselves kind of, at least, kindness of strangers, family can help out. But now, when you're an adult, it sucks. Where's your son?
It's not.
Where's your son?
I don't know.
Where'd you leave him?
In the car. And I can't. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm done hearing it for the night. Okay. I'm done. I'm done hearing it. We're just arguing about the same thing over and over and over for hours now. You're going to tell us or you're not going to tell us. The choice is on you. Okay? I've had enough for the day. We're not getting anywhere further tonight. We don't know where to go look tonight unless you tell us. Are you going to tell us something more?
I don't know where to go look.
Okay. Okay.
No, don't. Please don't.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize, please. That will just make me upset.
I'm not apologizing to you.
Okay. Let's get you back to the apartment tonight. Are we still in this together tomorrow?
Yes.
It's just going to continue from this point tomorrow. Just gather your stuff up. I'll take the garbage out, okay? Give me a minute, and then we'll go, okay?
All right.
Have a seat. Can you bring Matt, please? Yeah.
On September 4th, a friend of Stinson informed the police that she had driven Stinson to a dumpster on the north side of the sports complex. This tip was about to uncover the chilling truth for the detectives.
You just tell me when you're ready to go over some stuff, okay? I'm so sorry, Charisse.
I didn't do this.
I'm so
What
sorry.
happened to
I know. I want you to just process, and I'll know you're ready to talk with me when you just sit up and we look at each other and we talk. Okay, this is hardest on you. You know, he was your little boy. I understand. I know you did. I know. You just You wanted, Charisse, after being with you this week, you just knew he deserved a better life. No matter what the circumstance. I understand. Okay? When you're ready, okay? When you're ready, just take a deep breath. We'll sit up and we'll just talk, okay? My partner, Detective Berardi, today, okay? He's with us and we're ready and willing to talk with you when you are, okay?
Just start and tell us what happened that night?
Do you want to just tell us what was going on that night? Do you want to look at the map, or what do you want to do? Listen, I don't know exactly. Okay. I want to show you some things in the map. Is that okay? It's just a map. It's just a Google map like we've been looking at all week. Here, let me show you. Let me mark some points on here, okay? So you know what we're talking about. Can you look up and I'll mark them for you where you can see them? It's just a map. It's just a map, Charisse. Can we start there? Can we start by just doing something easy, looking at the map? You searched over there last night. Did you find them?
No.
Okay. What led you to go over there last night?
We went everywhere. We went behind Everest. We went everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Don't beat yourself up because you didn't find him, okay? It's not your burden to find him. That was my burden. Okay, and he's found now.
Hidden beneath the brush and water near the bustling Largo Sports Complex, a grim secret awaited discovery. On September 4th, 2018, Jordan's remains were located in a wooded area. His body was badly decomposed, submerged in approximately 5 to 6 inches of water. And ultimately, this is what the mother did to her own child. To think Charisse is pregnant again and about to give birth to another child is a huge red flag already.
Here's a better map. Closer of the area. Okay. This is the wooded area. He's right here. Charisse, how did he end up there? Remember yesterday when I told you? Can you look up? Please look up. I need you to look up, Charisse. I can't talk to the top of your head.
It's not true. It can't be true. It's not true.
It's true, Charisse.
It's not true.
Please, can you look up so we can have a conversation a little easier? Please.
It's not true.
I just want you to sit up and talk to me, okay? There's more on the table. I got more things to talk about. Please. You gotta be strong. You gotta be strong. Why did you say you don't want to talk? Charisse? Do you want me to talk to you? Is that what you're saying? Or do you just not? Are you having a hard time? You tell me. It's important, Charisse. What did you mean when you said, I don't want to talk? Do you just need a few minutes, or do you not want to talk to me truly?
Oh, God, no.
put him there, Charisse?
I don't know. I don't know.
How-
I wish I did. I don't know.
How did he get there?
I don't know.
Remember yesterday, Charisse, when we had that conversation with Detective Arlington? And we said we're going to call you on things when we think you're lying? Okay, I'm calling on you right now. Okay? You know how we got there. You do. Okay? And I'm not trying to come down on you. I'm not trying to be hard on you. But listen to me. This is your one time to tell the real story. I know there's no Antoine now. I know there's no car. I know it for a fact. Okay? I want to know how he died. This is your one chance. I shouldn't say one chance, but this is the time for you to tell the real story. Okay?
All the evidence points coming to me.
Just tell me what happened, Charisse. Why do you say all the evidence points to you?
Because look at my house.
Okay. We talked about that.
It was his chin, man. It was his chin.
What, the blood? Is that what you're saying?
It was his chin.
Well, be clear about what you're saying. I don't want to misunderstand what you're saying. You keep saying it was his chin. Are you talking about...
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today, we started going through this area right here. On King Drive right here. There's a house with a camera. And it sees you.
Can you show me that? Because I'm not going to believe that.
I don't have the video right here to show you now.
I'm not going to believe that.
Okay. You're just going to have to listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That camera shows you. I don't have the camera, I'm just looking at sometimes.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. At 10:15. I'm sorry, not 10:15. 10:56. That camera shows you here.
From the start, doubts swirled, but a surveillance video from a Largo home solidified everything. It captured Stinson strolling down the sidewalk on the night of September 1st, 2018, carrying a limp Jordan. Another video recorded 20 minutes later showed her walking alone without a car at night and no sign of Antoine.
Your last connection for your cell phone when you come off the Wi-Fi is 10:22 at your apartment. At 10:56, you are on camera right here with the backpack on and carrying your son. His body is in your arms. Okay.
I'm not agreeing, I'm just listening to you.
Okay, that's fine. There's another camera here at the Palms where you used to work. 19 minutes after this camera on Keene Park sees you, this camera sees you walking south from this way where his body is found, carrying just a backpack now.
I'm going to be sick.
I would be too.
I'm going to be sick.
In 19 minutes, you walk from here
That's impossible.
to here. I walk the path. It's totally possible. You walked there, and you left your son there. And then when you walk by right there, you still have the backpack that you dumped in the dumpster near the apartments that you made this whole story up about Antoine. No, I don't believe you one bit, Charisse. You are a liar.
No.
You have not told me the truth all week.
No.
That is a fact. That is a fact. The fact is he's there and he's dead. The fact is you walked by after you left him there in the woods behind that dumpster. You left him there and you carried his backpack and you left it here. And you made all this shit up to make it look like you're not a monster. You are, because you don't even have the courage to tell your son's story. Something happened to him when you were responsible for him. I don't know if he was dead when you left him or if you just left him there in the woods all alone, dying. You didn't do anything but leave him. You left him there. You walked away from him. You went there last night to see if he was still there, and he was. I saw him with my own eyes. I found him with my group of people. We found him right where you left him, wearing the clothes, wearing the shoes. Your lies are over. There he is. It's something got out of hand, and something happened, or you just don't give a shit. And I'm starting to think it's number 2. I haven't thought that all week. But boy, do I feel stupid, because I've been in your corner.
What happened that made you panic? Tell us what happened. Make us understand. This isn't the first time we've seen a dead baby. But everybody has an explanation. People can understand. Give somebody something to feel so they can feel for you.
Something happened at the apartment, didn't it?
He was okay when she brought us food.
Okay. When was he not okay? At what point was he not okay?
I don't remember.
Well, he had the seizure on Friday night into Saturday morning, early Saturday morning when you guys were in bed. Okay, right? So at what point?
And he was okay, and
you said he was okay when you guys got up for the day. At what point was he not okay?
We got dressed.
About what time?
Everything's pretty much the same.
Saturday, what time did you get up?
Saturday, I got up at 7 once when Jordan Sr. called me, and then I got up again.
You fell back asleep?
And then I got up again around 11.
Okay.
Got him up, brushed his teeth and stuff.
Okay.
And we were just chilling.
At what point was he
He
not
was
okay?
straight. Jessica brought us food. We ate.
About 6 o'clock, right? Okay. That was the Burger King?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And he was still fine.
Okay. I know it's tough. You're doing good. What happened where he wasn't fine?
Took a shower. Got dressed. I gave him a bath. Got him dressed. He wasn't like the normal Jordan, but he was walking and stuff.
What do you mean wasn't the normal?
Like, he was just acting really weird. His eyes was really weird.
How were they weird? Were they back in his head? Were they
No,
back?
like-
Were they crossed?
Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, he wasn't all the way there, if that makes sense.
Okay. Remember lethargic? We talked about lethargic yesterday. Like, he's a little loopy, maybe. Okay. Was he using that leg that he hurt the night before? Remember he hurt his leg?
He was limping bad then.
He was limping bad
He was
Saturday
limping bad.
Saturday night? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Was his leg broken?
I'm not sure.
You were Googling it all night. So.
Yeah, but he was limping pretty bad.
Okay, so he wasn't walking real good.
No, sir.
Okay.
We left the house, he was walking. At that point, we got near, what is that?
Did you leave the house the same time we were talking about all week? 9:50, 10 o'clock?
It may have been like later, but I just remember when I had texted Jordan's phone.
Well, 10:20 was when your phone disconnected. Does that sound right?
So I'll just say 10:20.
About then, 10:22?
Sure.
Okay.
And the whole plan was to take him to Jordan Senior's house. That was the plan.
It's
the
a
whole
long
time.
walk. What path did you take?
I'm gonna get there.
Okay. You left the apartment. You said he's walking a little bit, but
I
he's not.
But I just want to clarify, like, the blood stuff has nothing to do with this incident.
That's really
Like
from the
at all.
chin? Because it's a lot of
Yes,
blood.
sir. That has nothing.
Okay.
nothing to do, and
Okay.
hopefully when they do the autopsy, like they'll prove that.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Um,
Okay, it's fine.
But that's when we got towards. We didn't get out the complex yet, and by I'll say before the Outback,
Okay, like by the office there.
that's when he just passed out, like, and I just panicked.
He
I
just
coulda-
passed out?
I could have called.
Sure, but you know,
I don't know. I didn't
it's okay. Where did you go when he passed out?
call.
So you passed out like
Yeah, but he was
On
still
that-
breathing. Yeah,
well,
but he was just.
on that path between your apartment and East Bay that we took the other day. Passes out about in the middle there. Okay, so like right in here. Okay.
At that point, I was gonna get some help, but
Sure.
we got past some apartments down there,
Yeah.
and I sat him down, and at that point, he just wasn't breathing.
Okay.
He just wasn't breathing. But I could feel a pulse, and then we just sat there for a little bit, and then, like, I was like, June, come on.
Yeah.
And like he was like, I'm not gonna say he wasn't breathing. It was just real
Shallow like.
faint.
Okay.
So I picked him up. I could still hear him breathing a little bit in my ear, so I picked him up, and I just got really scared. So we walked. I came back this way.
Okay.
And,
This is where he's found.
I came back this way, and
This is like a weird intersection. It's like a three-way intersection. Do you remember talking to a lady right here who asked you if you were okay?
I can't
No.
remember.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay. So you go down McMullen.
We come down.
I know. I know you said back here he's still breathing a little on Seacrest.
And I sat him up.
Where?
I sat him up against the fence.
Where?
By the trash can.
Where he's found?
I sat him up on the fence,
The chain link fence there?
and he wasn't like dead or anything. And I did leave.
Where's this fence you're talking about?
And when I came back, I came back.
Where should you leave them?
I came back.
You said fence. I need to know what fence you're talking about. The fence right by where he's found?
I came back. And I sat him up against the fence. Well, it really wasn't the fence. It was like the
chain
the
link?
white.
There's like a white panel surrounding the
I
dumpster.
sat him there,
Okay, so the one around the dumpster?
and he was still breathing a little bit and stuff.
Okay.
And then I left. I just needed to think.
Okay. Where did you walk when you left?
At that point, I left. I went to the park.
Did you walk over here where this camera saw you?
I walked to the park.
Right on the side of the palms, like between the community center and the palms?
I walked to the park. I just needed to breathe.
Did you throw the backpack away? Here?
I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
I needed to breathe. Because at that point, it was like I already knew what was gonna happen.
Sure.
And then I came back, and it was just tragic. Like,
How long do you think before you came back?
I don't know.
Okay.
It wasn't long. I walked around.
So you left him leaning against the panel fence. How did he get into the woods there? The woods behind the fence.
Is that when you went back?
Was he dead when you went back? Yeah. Okay. Did you move him then? He was cold.
I keep calling this name.
What's that?
Can I call my mommy?
Yeah. Why don't you call your mom?
It's my fault.
You're doing great.
It's my fault.
How did, what was the injury? What was the injury that made him pass out?
I don't know.
Was it the leg? Was something wrong with the leg? I mean, a
I
leg,
don't know. Maybe he was in pain.
leg probably wouldn't make him pass out. You know, something, he had to, you know, something had to happen to him.
Did he throw up that night? That's a head injury. A substantial head injury. So the blood in his brain is swelling at that point, surrounding the brain. The 2-year-old child has this little space in between them. When blood fills that space, it has somewhere it has
He
to
hit
go.
his head that night.
How did he hit his
What
head?
night?
When he fell off the bed.
Friday into Saturday?
He had hit his head.
On what bed?
I said he had hit his head
Okay.
when he was jumping on his bed in the living room.
Okay, what did he hit his head on?
On the ground. On the
Okay.
on the floor.
The type of head injury we're talking about doesn't happen from a low fall like that.
No,
It's-
he hit it.
He might
pretty
have hit it, you know, jumping on the bed, but a low fall from someone his height jumping on the bed, it doesn't happen.
hard. I'm just trying to tell him.
I know, but I just know from my experience and my training that that type of head injury is much more severe. It's a really hard hit. A really, really, really hard hit. So remember your neighbor I told you about? Said something hit their wall really
No.
hard on Saturday?
Mm-mm.
Did he hit his head on something Saturday afternoon?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What part of his head?
All I
What
remember,
what part of his head did he hit?
damn, hold on. I'm trying to remember walking in the living room. It was up here, 'cause it was
On
like
his-
reddish. It was
his
like
forehead?
red. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you see him hit his head?
No, but I just seen it was like real red.
Well, how'd you know he hit his head from jumping on the
Because
bed?
it was kind of like not like a big knot, but I knew the difference between when he was in the room with me and when he was out there playing.
So where were you when he hit his head?
I was in the not the living room. I was in the room.
The bedroom?
Mhm.
Okay, and where was he?
He was in the living room.
Where his little toddler bed is there?
Mhm.
Is it the living room or is it like the dining room there?
Like the dining room.
Okay.
I mean, we don't
Where it
never
was
go.
yesterday when we went to the apartment? Where me and you went in, it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where it was?
But it was I don't know if you was there before they took everything out, but the
No.
bed was like more up against the wall.
Yeah, it was pulled off the wall a little bit, but it was against that
Mhm.
wall. Okay.
Oh God, I'm gonna be sad. Damn, dog.
How did he hit his head so hard, Charisse?
It's like when I'm telling you the truth, it's like damn, like
Why didn't we talk about this 2 days ago? Why were you afraid to tell me?
It just kind of snowballed, didn't it? You didn't know what to do, and you tell one little lie, and it just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, before
This
you
is
know
a
it.
clean slate tonight.
It's out of hand. All that stuff we've talked about the past few days, it's behind us. I want to know how he hit his head.
I didn't make him hit his head, so I can't tell you that.
Did you get frustrated? And
No, please stop doing that. Please.
I have to ask
Please
Charisse.
stop doing that, 'cause I'm trying. Please.
Was he pissing you off?
No, he never makes me mad like that ever. He never makes me mad like that. He's not even really a crybaby. Like he's not a crybaby.
Something significant had to have happened to him when they stopped breathing.
I know it's tough. I know we're just trying to narrow down the head
This
injury.
is the hardest part. You're right there. You've gone through every single door.
I do
and
not
this
know.
is
I
the
don't
last
know.
door.
I
You
don't-
do know.
I don't know.
You do
I
know.
don't know.
Jordan was found in the worst state possible. He had a skull fracture and brain hemorrhage along with bleeding beneath the scalp. His leg was broken, and there was a healing wound on his chin. The only other thing that Charisse told the truth about. Jordan's body was covered in deep cuts. He died because of blunt force trauma to the head. Too much had happened in that house that night, and Charisse couldn't risk informing anyone, so she left him in the woods. Whether he was alive or dead already, we can't say.
He's your baby. You owe it to him.
Give him the respect. He loved you so much. He, like you said, I was supposed to protect you. That one split second, we've all been there. We've just been lucky enough where something terrible hasn't happened. What happened?
We won't think different of you, Charisse, like you said.
It don't matter. You don't have to think anything different of me because I'm going to face up to
But you're not.
25
You're stopping right here.
other years, and I'm going to die in prison.
You're not facing up to anything because you haven't made amends yet. You're right there.
I'm going to die in prison.
We don't know that.
I'm going to. You don't have to judge me. It's going to be a bunch of... I'm going to die in jail.
No. Remember I said people always want to know what happened.
I'm going to die in jail.
People that will be judging you
I'm going
will
to die in county.
People that will be judging you will say, yeah, I've been there. If we go and end this chapter, like if you want us to end it saying, she doesn't know, she didn't say anything, that's when they're like, the hell with her. But give some empathy.
We've written a whole book this week, Charisse, you and me. This is the last page.
Can I call my mom, please?
Yeah, I told you can call her. Okay, I'm going to let you call her. Okay, but I want to know how he hurt his head.
I do not know how he hurt his head.
Okay.
I don't know. All I can tell you is I left. I came back. When I came back, he was gone. At that point...
He was gone or he was dead?
He was dead. And then you put him
I left.
In the water.
I left. And actually, I didn't put him in the water, though.
Where did you put
him? I raised him up, and I sat him over the fence.
Was he still alive?
I don't think so. I doubt it.
I still want to know how he hit his head.
I can't tell you that.
Something happened.
It don't matter. I'm never gonna get out of prison. Like, I'm not even gonna see my daughter.
The difference is, if it comes to, the difference is, did this mother, was she honest? Did she accept what happened? Did she give us a reason? Did she show remorse? Right now I can't say that you are. Why tell us all this stuff and then leave this little bit out? I think it's because you think people are gonna think how could you harm your baby? People do it all the time.
You live there alone.
So you know why I asked him the question?
Because I want you to at least admit that.
I already admitted to that.
Be a woman.
I already admitted that we stay alone.
Okay. Then there's only one person responsible for that head injury, and that's you. Don't let the doctor guess what happens tomorrow.
The truth sets you free.
No, it sets you free mentally. It sets you free in your heart. It sets you free. That's what they mean by that. The truth will set you free.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. Let's try it. I guarantee it.
Okay.
I'm going to suggest, unless you tell me otherwise, you murdered in that apartment. Mm-hmm. You panicked. You left the apartment. You dumped him by a dumpster. And then, according to your words, you come back, throw him over a chain link fence like a piece of trash.
I didn't throw him.
Chain link fence is this tall.
All the way over there.
Unless you went over the side, plop, a piece of trash.
Trust me, I already feel like a horrible person. I am a horrible person. I am a monster.
because you won't come to the truth to tell us what happened that night. I will have to agree with you if that's the case.
I'm trying to remember. I swear to God.
You won't forget that, Charisse. You
I
won't.
swear to God, I don't.
So
I
is
don't.
that because you hit him so many times that night?
Mm-mm.
You're never gonna forget that moment. You know exactly what it
The
is.
only time I remember him hitting his head was when I'm being honest with you.
No,
The only time I remember.
You did something.
Okay, well, alright, I did it. Alright.
It's medically impossible to roll off a bed.
I didn't say he rolled off.
Okay, a 2-foot kid falling head first into, I don't suppose you have tile flooring, but if you do, not gonna happen.
Kids are pretty strong.
Okay.
They're pretty resilient.
Do you want us to finish the story?
Can I just write all this out?
Yeah.
I'll just have a six.
I know. I understand.
They will have to just get rid of that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Get
Get a Miranda statement, actually. Oh, here we go. I got it. What would you like?
You're gonna need
I
more.
don't know.
I'll just start her with this. Okay. Just the paper you start on.
I'm not a monster.
I don't think you're a monster, Charisse. You're a single mom with the world against you. It really is. And you're in a bad situation that nobody would choose. Nobody would choose to be here if they could.
Nobody ever comes.
I know. You've been calling all day Friday, all day Saturday. Those people don't give a shit about you. They're not there to help you. They wouldn't give a shit about you.
They don't even care about him. This just happened and then they came.
Yeah, we get that.
I went back and just wouldn't get up.
That's because he was dying, Charisse.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I didn't even stab him. I'm sorry.
If it's easier for you, write it down. Just write down what happened. That way you don't have to say it. You can write it. Finish the story.
Here's a good picture.
I don't even deserve to see that.
You do. Remember what I told you yesterday?
I don't deserve to see
Remember what I told you yesterday when I said one bad moment doesn't define our life? Just because one thing happened.
I'm sorry.
Charisse, just because one thing happened that was bad doesn't take back all the good times. It doesn't negate everything good. It doesn't negate everything you did as a mother. You were a good mom. You were. Something happened. Something happened. Remember him as that happy little guy. Not the guy.
He's not. He's not that big.
He's not. He's not, but Charisse, that's who he was. He was happy Jordan.
He kept crying because he was hungry. And I just got mad. I wasn't really mad. I just wanted him to just shut up for 2 seconds.
Yeah. It's okay. It's frustrating. You just wanted him to stop crying.
I'm just like, I hit him like really hard and he hit his head really, really hard.
On what?
On the wall.
Which wall?
The one by our bed.
Okay, when was he crying and he wouldn't stop?
Because he still didn't eat. Like we ate that one time Friday.
Okay, so this is after Grandma drops off food?
No, she came Saturday.
Okay.
It's before Grandma came.
Correct.
Yeah.
This was like, he had fell, he hit his head then, and then this was around, oh damn, I really can't remember the time, but I know he hit his head pretty hard on the wall.
It's after the social worker comes, and
Yeah.
is it before the seizure at night? On Saturday night or Saturday morning? The social worker comes at about 8 o'clock on Friday.
I want to say, hold on, well, this was after the social worker came.
Right, because he was fine when they came.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday night, late night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you said in the bedroom when you were in bed? Okay. You kind of did this, so you hit him with like the back of your hand?
And he hit his head really, really hard.
The back of his head?
Yes, sir.
What part of his head did you hit with your hand?
I hit I hit the front of his face, but it was
Like right
really
here?
hard.
How's he positioned in the bed? And how are you positioned? So you're
more
here.
up.
Your bed's in the corner of the room.
I'm more up.
This is the corner of your room, and the bed's like that.
Yeah, but say like we're on this side. Like, well, I'm gonna do it this way.
Okay.
This way.
Okay. So this is the corner of your room back here.
He's closer to the window.
Okay.
Because I gotta sit like towards the end.
Sure.
Like when I'm up for my phone to charge.
And your bed has a wall right behind it. Okay.
And then I just.
He was sitting up right there where my partner's sitting. And where's your hand hit him? Don't hit my partner, obviously.
Just put your hand on. Put your hand
like that, like really, really
by the
hard.
eyes, and then his head
And
goes
then
back.
he went.
Okay. What happened when he hit his head?
He was crying, but he was like,
Did you hit him again?
At that point I felt bad because he wasn't.
Sure. Is that why?
But
When does he start having the seizures?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. It's okay. It happened. It happened. Okay? It's hard to say. Let me scooch you this desk over, okay?
Am I allowed to get my phone?
Not right now. Okay. Let me whisk back this, okay? There's tissues here. Okay.
I just want to call my mom.
I know. I'm going to let you call her. I told you I would. Okay? If you change your mind and you decide you want to write again, I'll leave it in here. Okay?
What's the charge?
I got to go talk. I got to go. I think I know, but I got to go talk.
Be honest.
It's a homicide, Charisse.
What is that?
It's a murder. Okay?
How long do you think?
I don't know. That's way down the road.
The truth was, Charisse had struck Jordan out of frustration on August 31st, 2018. He fell off the bed and broke his leg. Since he kept on crying, Charisse got angrier and hit him across the face. The force was so hard that his head ended up hitting the wall. After that, Jordan lapsed into seizures.
I got to handcuff you now, okay?
Can it be in the front?
It's got to be in the back, okay? I got to give you the truck driver in the back, and he might put him in the front, okay?
She faced charges of first-degree murder and filing a false report with law enforcement. But then she pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of second-degree murder and the false report charge. As a part of her sentence, she was ordered to serve 50 years in prison and will also be responsible for paying over $28,000 in court and investigative expenses. Jordan spent over a year under the care of foster parents, Sam and Juliet Warren, who fondly remember him as a cheerful and playful boy they lovingly nicknamed Mr. Chuckles.
We love Jordan deeply, and we are devastated by his loss. We want you to know a bit about the Jordan that we knew. He wasn't just the boy in the Amber Alert. He learned to roll over in our house. I remember my mom helping him learn to crawl.
They also welcomed Jordan's newborn sister, Serenity Marie Stinson, born on December 22nd while Charisse was in custody. The Warrens are actively pursuing adoption for Serenity. Despite the Warrens' nurturing environment, Charisse is pushing for custody to be awarded to Jordan Sr. and his mother, despite her animosity towards them. This just isn't a case of a missing child. It's Charisse's descent into madness. Thanks again for tuning in. Drop a like if you like this video, and check out my Patreon page if you want to support the channel even more. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.